Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. Yeah, it's been a while, so hope you're doing well. Hope you have been taking your vitamins and doing your stretches like you were supposed to, like you said you would, but then you forgot. So hi, yeah, all right, everybody, start doing some squats. Gotta work your glutes, folks. Glutes are the keys to a healthy back. Hello, everybody. I'm your Dungeon Master, Kelly. I use he and him, and I'm very excited to be here today. I'm wearing my chonky headphones today because sometimes these give my vertigo a workout, and I'm not doing that today. I'm doing this the old-fashioned way with my fancy dancy headphones. So hello, everybody. Welcome. This is the Shards of Nyrn, Season 4, Episode 18. Diplomatic Impunity. We got some great stuff ahead in store for you, and a couple of announcements. But first, let's go ahead and say hello to everybody, starting with Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I use she/her pronouns, and today I get to play Malia Sunsworn, our Dwarven Tempest Cleric of Vela.
Praise Vela. All right.
Vela indeed.
Christine, you've been doing well? Everything going well?
Yeah, not too bad. Big process finished at work today, so hopefully that means my stress will start going down a little bit, which will mean I feel less tired in the evenings, which would be lovely. I'd like to come home from work and be excited to do my own things instead of falling asleep on the couch.
Mm-hmm. Right. All right. Over to Amy. Hey, Amy.
Oh, that's me. Hi, I am
It's you.
Amy. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns, and I am playing Tia Armstrong, the half-orc druid Circle of the Moon, or quarter elf, quarter orc, half human, if you really want to look at the actual fractions there.
Well, this is a math game, right? So let's do that. Everything going well with you, Amy?
It's going all right. It's going all right. I definitely lost track of what day I was on, so we're good. We're good. I'm definitely leaving on a trip tomorrow. And did you know that apparently the pilots are going on strike? They just put on their notice for Friday.
Is this WestJet?
Yeah.
Or is it Encore?
That's what I'm flying with. What?
Is it WestJet Encore?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So
but it's
I was,
still
as somebody who just flew on a
stuff.
WestJet Encore yesterday, I talked to the stewardess. They're different unions. So if it's Encore, the Canadian WestJet is different.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that it will probably disrupt service for a bunch of flights. So we'll see if it impacts my... Tomorrow should be fine, unless I get messed up by the forest fires in my destination, because that might hamper something. But, you know, this is fine.
Yeah, pictures today from Calgary made it look like a hellscape.
Yeah, I got a message saying I'm coming just in time for the apocalypse. And I'm like,
and then there are pictures of Calgary with the fire.
Yeah. Although if you're going to Alberta, you will be on WestJet proper.
WestJet proper? Okay, cool. I was about to say, Kat knows the truth.
It's their hub too. That's why it's super.
I see. So yeah, you might be a little screwed. So
yeah, so
I'm
but
sorry.
that shouldn't be a problem until Monday, because they don't do the job action until Friday. So I can get there, but getting home is going to be a different issue. So I'm bringing my laptop with me.
Smart.
What are you in next week? Like you're in Mage on Saturday.
Yeah, but that's not till like the full week later.
Okay.
So I should be home by then if I have to reschedule things. There isn't anything on Tuesday, is there? Do we have Shards again next week?
No, I'm recording Demon next Tuesday.
Then I should be okay.
You should be okay.
Bringing my stuff anyway.
Bring your stuff anyway. Hopefully it'll work out. And if not, you'll at least be back for your parents to have finished the floor, hopefully, because they're doing your floors again, which is just the dumb. That's enough of a saga. We should probably move down to Kat. Hi, Kat.
Hi. Yeah, so Amy, wouldn't it just be nice if they just paid their pilots properly so the pilots wouldn't go on strike? It's almost like pilots need a living wage too.
It's almost like you should not pilots should make more than like overnight like coffee workers and things like that. Although everybody should get a living wage, but just I was very shocked to find that pilots made like 23, 24 an hour some places.
Yeah, there's a listing in BC right now for like a first officer, so like right seat, with an unnamed airline, and their starting salary is $29,000 a year to fly a plane.
Is that Canadian?
Isn't it? 29.
Is that Canadian?
Canadian.
That's like, for those of you who are Americans, that's like you're a pilot, but you make like 23,000 a year, 22, something like that. That's
For a
gross,
first
guys.
officer, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Considering
and
that,
then
like,
wonder why there's a pilot shortage.
yeah, bus drivers make a lot more money than that. Just so you know,
Yeah.
like, because their union's better.
So anyways.
Anyway, hi.
I'm Kat. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I'm going to be playing Aeson Rightwing. She is our half-elf Gloomstalker, Sworn of the Carrion Queen, who is excited to mess stuff up with her laser rifle.
Pew pew. All right, over to Winter. Hi, Winter.
Hi, how's it going, everybody? Nice to see you all tonight.
Good to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, I play Mars, the Tiefling Rogue multi-classed warlock, and I like to get in trouble, and I like to go on long walks at the beach, and Nyrn is my big mommy up or down there, so yeah.
There's a little bit of
mommy
Nyrn
Nyrn.
inside of everybody, really.
Mm.
All right, and you've been doing well? How's everything been the past, like, 3 games we haven't been able to play? Pretty good?
Yeah, things are kind of settling out really nice. I'm looking forward to summer because my position means I get Fridays off and weekends. I haven't
Ooh.
had that in like 5 years.
That's going to be pretty great. I hope you enjoy that. And finally, last but not least, down beneath me is Robin.
Hello, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I am playing Fadia Stardust, our Astral Genasi Graviturgy wizard.
Excellent. How's stuff been going for you? Whining out where you are?
It's really good. A lot of whining, especially this week, is prepping for a big run of bottling in the next 2 weeks from now. So we're filtering about 100,000 liters of wine this week and next week. It's a lot of wine.
Yeah, sorry to air your dirty laundry like that. Oh,
Ba-dum-bum. That's so funny.
It's
I
a
bought
good
a
joke.
shirt. I bought a shirt today that says I like my laundry dirty, so you know.
All right.
But yeah, no, looking forward to game. Work's been going great. I've got the new setup, and it's working out. It's working out really nice.
Yeah, you've got 3 monitors now.
I do, and I've just bought a extender adapter to have 2, monitors plugged in. So I have one just kind of chilling right now, but I will have 3 monitors for like epic gaming / monitoring chat.
All right. Well, there's going to be a lot of chat to monitor. We're going to be hopping into game in just 1 minute. Before we do, I just want to say a quick thank you to our sponsor for the month, our sponsor for the past several months, 3 months before now. Wow, it's been, I feel like our relationship has really come to fruition. Mike the Impaler, Impalor.
It's getting to that really like comfortable phase.
I mean, he did send me a box in the mail. So I don't want to say, guys, but I think he finally sent me a quest chest. So everybody, tonight's sponsor is Bookwyrm Games. They are a fantastic Vancouver area dice and gaming proprietor who provides all manner of dice, including resin dice, wood dice, gemstone dice, and more. I've got some fantastic Mage the Ascension dice that I'm going to use to destroy my players in a week and a half, which you should definitely be here for that game. My dog even loves Bookwyrm Games. You can hear him barking in the background. He's like, you're talking about Bookwyrm Games? Oh, I need to get in on this. That's the way it is. But right now, I want to talk about their Quest Chest, which is a brand new Kickstarter that is coming to Kickstarter on June 6th. You should set your calendars right now, and you should also check more info at questchest.info. If you go there, you'll find a bunch of information about the system agnostic game in a boxes. There's going to be 5 of them coming up to Kickstarter in this big bulk release, each one being able to provide your team, your players, with hours of entertainment. And you'll be getting up to 5 at a time on the Kickstarter. It's a fantastic deal. Each one of these is, like I said, system agnostic, so it goes with any gaming system that you want to run it with. It has handouts. It has metal coins. It has music, fully acted voice lines in some of them. Some of them have like food and drink that you need to consume to complete the puzzles. Yeah, no, it's actually really damn cool. Like, honestly, I'm very excited. Michael, the proprietor of Bookwyrm, has mailed me the like at least one or two of these quest chests. I haven't gotten them yet because we live on the other side of an ocean. But it'll be here probably tomorrow, knowing how fast these things get shipped out. And I will be very happy to go and talk to you and show you some cool stuff when they come in on a future game. But if you're looking for some dice, both edible and rollable, you should definitely head to bookwyrmgames.com as well and use code DorkTales to save 10% off of your order. And that is my thank you to Book. Oh, back at the Kickstarter within the first 48 hours, and you get a free. Oh, god damn it! Why is it always
I was just gonna point that out to you because I know how you like a free coin.
You guys don't know. You don't know. I have convinced Dorktales team members to go in on me on dice buys where I have gotten like one dice set maybe, but I bought like 5 coins because it was like an add-on for that, but they wouldn't send the coins if you didn't back dice. So I've tricked people into buying more dice to get coins. I'm a coin slut, guys. I'm sorry. It's just who I am.
You're a coin slot?
I'm a coin slot. Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah.
That's really good. I want to see those coins. Michael, send me those coins. I want to see them. But
also, apparently you didn't just get one.
Did I just get a coin?
No.
God, I'm like Mario.
Chest quest? Quest chest. Fuck.
I want a chest quest because it's.
You're on a chest quest.
It's not going well.
Oh.
I mean,
my estrogen level was still below that of an average cis male last time I checked, and I've been on estrogen for 7 months.
I have nothing to say to that. I don't know what to say to you, fam.
He's so sad.
Hormones are bullshit.
Yeah.
They are, and this shit's so expensive.
Estradot? That sounds like it's like an estrogen-based ferry service in Seattle.
No wonder it doesn't work well.
Exactly. Yeah, wash.ws. It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. All right, folks. Are we here for Dungeons and Dragons, or are we here to talk about coins? We're here to talk about coins. So definitely go to Bookwyrm Games. All right, let's play some D&D. Big thank you to Bookwyrm Games. More about them at the very end of the episode. During the break, I will also mention another Kickstarter that a friend of mine's running. They're not sponsors, but they're nice people, and they have nothing to do with. Actually, you know what? The thing that they're doing, you could put a bunch of quest chests in it. So technically, synchronization, right? We're going for some combination. When are we getting Dorktales coins? Michael, who's your coin guy? Can you hook me up?
God.
Let me know. I would love some Dorktales coins.
I
would, because I use the Lindorm coins for Advantage. Oh, I don't have Advantage coins. I forgot what game we're playing. What's that? It's hidden at the bottom of my
Also,
bin.
the offer. You need to have your offer coin.
That's what I meant. The offer.
Yeah, we do need the offer coin.
Mm-hmm.
So,
man, I missed
don't
the
have
offer.
It's back. Also, we are Dreams of Arcos is dropping in 2 weeks on Sunday. You definitely should come out for that game. It's going to be a fantastic time, and we're introducing a bunch of new game mechanics because 5e needs to be more clunky. We might be introducing. We're going to be talking during our session 0 about using inspiration crits potentially, which I love.
Okay.
What? I just saw it.
Yeah.
You can do coins for Dorktales.
Yep.
Can they be bumpy coins? Because like this is like one of my favorite coins because it's got 3 dimensions.
That's even fancier than mine. I've just got mine's flat. Like it's got texture, but it's not.
This is much easier when I'm running games for the offer because if the bump's up, then I know that you guys have the offer. But
make it.
So we're bumpy.
Make it bumpy. I like bumps, Winter. What can I say?
Bump.
Everyone does a chant. Go bump.
Bump up the jam.
Bump.
Bump up the
Can't
jam in the
find my
chat.
coin. Where did I put my coin? I don't know.
All right, folks, we're going to be starting game right about now because it's time. Okay. Robin, if you need, I left some coins at your place, like in the head, if you need coins. Like they're in my man over there.
Yeah, which I put my girl beside it, so they're having
Yeah?
a party. Yeah.
Okay.
I need to find sunglasses for her to match.
Yeah, that's fair. I left my sunglasses there too, didn't I? Oh well. I'll get them
you
some
did.
other time. Okay, all right, folks. It is time to start the Shards of Nyrn, Season 4, Episode 18. Diplomatic Impunity. Did anybody have any questions, comments, concerns about the previous episode? Do they remember where we were? All right. Then in that case, let's just hop in. And as always, let's wing it. The second airship sidles alongside of you, keeping its connecting towing rig attached. It guides you across the pluming coal smoke that rises from the nearby mountain ranges and toward the back of a broad valley between these jagged mountains. To look down on the lands of Rotranan is to be looking inside of a crown. The mountains on all sides are raising like grasping fingers toward an uncaring sky. Sharp valleys, mountain passes cut through them at irregular intervals, with powerful walls built to control the flow of visitors. But there, along the northern mountain range, you can see built above the ground, above the steppe land, a palace. Its spires are broad and dome-like. Its walls end in spiraling flourishes of dark iron, streaked with bits of ivory and gold. As you stand aboard the bridge of the Duchess, being more or less towed in, you can see that this palace, burned into the side of the mountain as it is, has a number of tram and rail systems going out from its eastern and western flanks. They themselves rise up into the mountains behind it, almost like the wings of a great beast preparing to take flight. And even higher up, you can see along these wide, winding stairwells with stone walls, being the, stone guardrails more than anything, that wind along the vast and sharp mountain range. Places to park airships, an actual small port. There's nothing fancy about it as you are made to approach. It looks new. Steel and stone hammered into the top of a mountain that was once probably as sharp as a talon or a tooth, but now has been filed down to bluntness to become a landing pad. On the deck of the Duchess, it's the five of you, as well as your companion, Cadmus Warforged, and the three, I should say, visitors from the other ship. One, the ambassador from the nation of Emrys, Lady Lars Arg Siegel, human, in her late 20s or early 30s, blonde with sharp green eyes. Small, hairy creature with an aardvark-like nose and beady black eyes, the size of a dwarf. An alfar, he called himself, named Gorwyn. And then a red-haired dwarf, dressed in black robes, sequenced with writhing skulls and spiritual patterns, runes emblazoned into the trim, who was introduced as Darabel. As you ride aboard, I believe we left last game right when you said hello to your sister, Malia.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, we had a quick little conversation and that's where it ended.
So as you were being brought over to the landing pad, several miles ahead of you, it'll probably be a few minutes before, at this rate, you will be able to be docked. Your sister looks around. Old ship. Aren't you going to introduce me to your friends? Malia?
Fadia Stardust, Tia Armstrong, Ace and Right Wing, Mars, and Cadmus. And you're standing on the Duchess.
Pleasure to meet you all. I'm Dara. Dara Oakfinger. You must be very charitable folks. I know my sister's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, and you're a bitch right out the bat, so...
Ooh!
You got it honestly.
Wow!
You started it.
No, I think you started that when you were born, but okay, cool.
Yeah. The younger ones always are the ones that start it. You start by existing.
Oh, this is so fun. I love it.
Yeah, Mars. Lucky to be an only child.
Are there a lot of tieflings that you're hanging out with?
There's a few.
Oh, wow. So the rumors are true. You're actually spending time with a Nyrnite.
All the cool
Interesting.
kids are doing it.
I would love to be a cool kid.
What are you doing on our ship?
I'm here to make sure that whoever violated airspace didn't try to do anything to our ambassador. Either of them. I'm the muscle.
Does she look very muscular?
She looks... Honestly, she looks less muscly than Malia.
Malia?
Mm-hmm. She's dwarven height. Actually, Malia, do me a favor. We gotta settle something real quick. I'm pulling out the chart. We're gonna find out. Do you remember how tall Malia is on your sheet? Is it written down?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna find out. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna see if she's taller than you because this is
No. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
okay. You were hill dwarves, so you're the shorter chart.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we
I'm
go.
pretty sure I just picked a height. I didn't actually roll for it.
Oh, how tall did you pick?
3'11".
She's 4'2".
I think I specifically picked because we had several shorter characters for the other races, so
Mm-hmm.
It was to help balance it out in the beginning.
yeah.
Oh
There.
no.
Oh no.
So she's got about 3 inches on you.
Okay.
Oh, did we forget to get an up-to-date airspace chart or something? I didn't see any for sale recently.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I was gonna say, is that a thing?
I mean, it obviously has to be.
It's not like there's a lot of airships, skyships around Taluja. Or
As you're
Westerol.
saying this,
Also,
As
most
you're-
people don't have closed borders.
as you're saying this, Lady Lairs is walking around the bridge, walking around the deck, looking at the wood, running a finger down the railing, looking at the mechanisms. Kind of... Can I get an insight roll off of anybody who's trying to gauge this?
I was gonna say Fadia's also might try and not necessarily like be super obvious, but she might try and activate her star sight as well.
Sounds good.
8.
8. That's great.
24.
24.
You said insight?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that is a 23. I rolled
Okay.
okay.
All right. Mars, how'd you do?
2 for Fadia.
Did you say 22?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, no? Okay.
Just no.
I- As you
I
were looking...
rolled and it's a no.
As you are looking around the ship, and like watching her motions, you and Asen are going to keep having your gaze drawn to the furry little beast standing there, like the furry little man who's like, I understand that things aren't exactly good between siblings of your races, but whew, yeesh, am I right?
Oh, you got no idea.
I mean, I have like 3 brothers and another 3 sisters, and a couple who were brothers but are now sisters, and a couple that are sisters who now are brothers. And even that wasn't that complicated. This seems like a big trouble.
Oh, man, your family sounds about the same as mine.
Oh yeah,
So,
I pity your
Not too
shower
bad, then.
drains.
we don't
And
need
so-
to talk about that at least.
Oh, hairless. Fair. You'd think we would be with the amount of clogging. And we're going to pan over to where you are watching Lady Lairs walk around the... I should just do Alf characters constantly. Like, I don't even have to roleplay. It just happens. So, walking around the bridge, the deck, because the bridge is technically... I mean, technically it's the bridge, too, because it's like... It's a wheel. Well, it's a gem kind of out in the open. What would that be, Kat? Would that be a bridge?
No, that'd be what, the quarter deck?
I guess it would be the quarter deck. Yeah, there is a quarter deck. It'd be the helm,
Yeah.
yeah. I keep saying bridge,
Well,
but
because
it's
the
not.
helm's on the quarter deck, because the helm's the wheel.
She knows what's up.
So I think it's the quarter deck. I'm not amazing on sailing ship terminology.
Fair.
Boats.
All right. So, as she wanders around, she has the air of... It kind of reminds you of watching an actual scholar inside of a museum. The mild to studious interest of someone who specializes in a field, admiring a relic. Very charmed, you would say. And as she walks around, she kind of like casts a look back at all of you. Do you know how old she is?
Now they will look over to Cadmus. Eragon ever seen it?
Oh, I'm sure he said. Hold on. That's a 23. About... I believe he said that she's about 600. If I'm not wrong.
Oh,
A little bit of an antique.
Or so? You're not kidding. This is... lovely. Don't get me wrong. It's just... I haven't seen this type of model outside of history books. It's It's quaint. Doesn't really have much firepower, if any, unless you have it retractable, but I didn't see any of that. This is old. This is of course. This is an Astarian. Huh.
Come again? What's a what?
Astaria, northern province of Emrys, formerly a free state.
Huh.
Then they
Well,
thought better
she's
of
treated
it.
us really well.
You'll hear the sound of barking from the other ship. Pardon, that's my dog. She now has a dog because mine won't shut up, and its name is Horatio.
Amazing.
Ooh, that's a good name.
What kind of
Yeah.
dog?
God damn it. Random dog generator. 1 second.
Picture it in
Gotta
my
be
head.
something big with that deep of a bark.
Yeah.
It's
Saint
it's
Bernard?
random dog breed generator. I love generator. A Shih Tzu.
Chihuahua.
Woof, woof. I'm gonna generate another
One
breed.
hell of a bark coming out of a shit.
Alaha Opso? Are these just small dogs? It's not a Cocker Spaniel.
Is it
Charlie,
a
what?
mix?
It's good.
Like
It's
a
def-
Saint Bernard?
Like
Yeah.
Cocker Spaniel mix or something?
I'm gonna say it's Emresian, so it's going to be a. Let's just say it. We'll say it's a. Ooh, you know what? We're on a fan.
Greyhound?
No, we're in a fantasy world.
Oh.
So I'm gonna call it a. I'm gonna just randomly pick something on the Emresian map and name it after that, and it's gonna look kind of like a mix between. It's gonna look like Charlie because it's easy. It is. Oh wait, do you want it to be long hair or short hair?
Long.
Okay, long hair. Then it is. Ooh, is it? Ooh, is it a Zetrovian? A Zetrovian retriever. Or a Retrovian spaniel.
Spaniel, I think.
Yeah, that
Zetrovian
sounds more like
Spaniel.
Emresian.
Yeah, Zetrovian Spaniel
Yeah.
works really well.
Okay.
I think.
Zetrovian Spaniel.
Wait, are all spaniels that like Cocker spaniels?
Not-
No.
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 You don't.
No.
No. I got.
Springer Spaniels are about
Okay.
double the size of Cockers.
I
Yeah.
fixed it, so it's going to be a Zetrovian Greathund
Great hand.
That
because
would be
Zetrovia is basically like Durmstrang or Russia if you put them in the blender.
Mm.
It's basically like a Rhodesian Ridgeback. Yeah, sure, why not? All right, named Horatio, the Zetrovian Greathound. So you will see on the other side this big black and white beast that looks closer to like a wolf than anything else, but just like it's like a wolf with a big blunt nose is going to like lean over and start going off across the 60-foot gap between the ships.
It's as tall as Malia.
It's. I'm gonna roll on the Mountain Dwarf height chart for this dog at the shoulders. Let's find out. It is. You know what? It's only 4'3" at the shoulder.
How far away is that
Oh
ship?
my
from
god,
us?
so it's like a good 6 inches taller than Malia.
Yeah, at the
How
shoulder.
far away is the ship? How
60
far
feet.
away is the ship? Damn it! I wanted to mage hand pet the dog.
I have the offer. We can flip the offer if you want to do this.
I would need
You'll get a
permission.
chance to pet the dog.
I
Okay.
would need permission from the party to pet the dog.
Honestly, Tia's backed by like worship soft, so like do what you want if it's nature. Like go
Okay,
crazy.
I'll accept the offer.
Okay,
the dog
flipping
with
the
mage
offer
hand.
over if people are down for it. Majority rules. I'm gonna roll a courage check for the dog. The dog is going to. You're gonna see like. Wait, are you doing the scruffle? Or are you doing the scratch or the pet?
I think the hand comes to do the like, you know how you like meet a new dog and you put the hand in front to let it.
Are you having your mage hand be visible?
Yeah, my
Okay.
mage hand isn't invisible. That's a rogue thing.
Oh, okay. So this suddenly this like Mickey Mouse hand just goes poop.
It's like it looks like a spectral, starry kind of bluey.
Oh,
kind
okay.
of-
Okay, so not like the
hand.
glove with the vents. Okay.
No, not quite the glove with the fence.
4 fingers. I used to have those
Yeah.
gloves. I bought them at Disney World. I miss them so much. Oh, I guess that's the one benefit if I go see my mom. I can get the gloves back.
There we go.
So, what do? You hold it out, the dog will sniff it. Make me an animal handling roll with disadvantage because this is magic bullshit.
Yeah, I figured that
It
one
is
was coming.
magical bullshit.
Magical. Okay, you know what?
I forgot I
pulled
had
out
that
the-
button.
Nice. I pulled out, specifically tonight, I don't know why I did, but I did. I pulled out the Animal Adventures Kickstarter dice.
Nice.
So I have 2 dice. They have paw prints on them.
Do you want your
Robot
hat
floating
back?
dice. What?
Oh wait, you have a hat on the art now, so I don't need to put the hat on the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled a 19 and a 10 plus. Oh, so that's 11.
11? Okay.
Yeah.
The dog will sniff it kind of warily and go.
Squishy, squishy, squish.
Ruff. Ruff, ruff. We'll start barking and like we'll kind of like pounce on your hand and try to eat it. How many hit points does your mage hand have? 5?
I mean it's a spectral floating hand that can hold 5 pounds. And it just
So-
says the hand lasts for the duration for a minute, so I don't think it can actually, like,
I rolled a nat 20 to
Does-
attack your hand.
okay, fine, the hand disappears.
The hand can't attack anything, so
Yeah.
I'm flipping the offer over and now saying that the Zetrovian Greathound can attack incorporeal beings.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, it's fine.
World building is fun.
World building's great.
Can attack magic. Oh my god, you know that the Emresians would have dogs that could bite magic things.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
that
god,
makes,
of course
Absolutely.
they
that
would.
makes so much
Oh my
sense.
god, this makes so much sense. This is world building with,
The question is,
with more steps.
does it end it though? Because the spell specifically says that it lasts for the duration or until you dismiss it as an action. So maybe the dog's just gnawing on it like a chew toy.
Or is it naturally imbued with dispel magic?
That's terrifying.
I think that it might be naturally. You know what? I'm gonna make Fadia do a concentration save not to lose the spell.
Okay, sounds good.
It's like,
just
is
flat?
It like part Blink Dog or
Is it
something?
Just flat.
They-
Yeah, I
Do I
think they
have-
bred them with blink dogs. Yeah.
Does this character have? Oh, I have Warcaster.
Yeah, so now it-
this.
But that could be how
Wait,
they make like their ultimate dog chew toys. They just cast Mage Hand for the dog and let it chew on it for like the duration, which is a full
19.
minute, which isn't that bad.
What'd you get?
19.
19? Okay, your mage hand still exists but is being gnawed on.
That's great. Fate is just gonna
I-
let that happen.
I love the thought of like these dogs being able to attack magic things and being able to like force a concentration check on the spell. That sounds hilarious to me.
Is
These things-
Stadia
Sounds great.
essentially doing the like playing with the dog of the hand darts to one side, darts to the other side, goes
Yeah. Yeah.
jerks his tail a little bit,
Fully doing
darts
that,
around,
you know?
scritches
This
on
dog-
his
this
scritches on
dog
the
is-
head.
This dog, no, because the dog is not letting go of the hand. So it's more like the thing where you
Ah.
pull the dog and it's like, "Arr, arr." It's like where you're like fishing lining
You're
the
playing
dog.
tug.
Yeah, you're
we're
playing tug. Okay, so you're playing tug with the dog. Please don't pull him off the ship.
No,
Actually, you know
of
what?
course
Back in
not.
character now. Please don't pull my dog off of my boat. Ship.
Oh, I wasn't planning on it. I just wanted to pet it. Sorry.
Hmm.
I can release this. I can release the spell if you'd prefer.
You can. So can I. Horatio, sick. And your spell's gonna pop.
Oh my goodness.
The dog is going to like its ears are going to go from like kind of floppy to like completely alert, and it is going to chomp, and your spell's gonna go.
Fascinating.
Good boy. Simon,
Oh.
give him a treat.
What
As well.
happens if it bites someone who's invisible? Does that
I th-
pop a...
My dog weighs 185 pounds. If it bites someone that's invisible. The spell's the least of their concerns.
Yeah, that dog weighs more than I do.
That's
By a lot.
amazing.
So anyway, wonderful to have you here. I can see that you already know each other. Yes, we've been acquainted, sister. So what brings you all the way out here to my little domicile? Dara says. We're gonna say Dara's gonna have a huskier voice from now on to distinguish, I think. Dara's gonna kind of chew her teeth while she talks, like, "Hi, I'm Dara." That sounds very like sexy goth necromancer dwarf to me. That's what we're gonna go with. Okay. So what brings you out
Go
here?
to Tia.
Well, we're looking for allies.
And now everyone has determination. Thank you, Raven. Wow. Look at that. You came looking for allies and you found family. Funny. When you abandoned your family, is that what you went looking for, Malia?
Would you stop trying to incite a fight? Like, seriously, grow up.
You're the one who called me a bitch.
Yeah, you started it, though.
I started it.
You're the one who... Oh, come off of it. You knew exactly how it sounds when you ask, how does everybody put up with me? How does everybody put up with you, Dara? And it's not exactly...
It's because I'm a lot of fun at parties.
When you get called...
I get called. You get called. What'd you get called?
See what I have to deal with? She'll look at the others.
No, what did you get called?
Don't exactly miss it.
No, what? Tell me what happened. Tell everybody.
So who
Sky
are you
Kisser?
being serviced to?
What's
Necromancer.
wrong? What's wrong with Sky Kisser?
I know, right? You think it was a big deal. But it's nothing.
No, but why did you call her that, though? If she didn't
Because
know?
she's a chosen of Vela, and that's weird for dwarves, don't you know?
I mean, there's a lot of things that are weird for a lot of people, but Why
I'm
does that make
literally
a
like
difference?
last of my race that was wiped out like 3,000 years ago, so I'm also kind of weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of that there's a lot of that going around here. Hey,
like
it's
not gonna
true.
lie, like last week I was a dude. That's kind of weird looking back. So
Oh,
we're all
Well, you
a
look
little
good.
weird, right?
You
Yeah, I
said
know, right?
you were the muscle of this group, right?
yes.
Well, right now this conversation isn't really my flask of whiskey. I'd rather be talking to your boss.
And I'd rather be drinking that whiskey.
I'm sure you would. Maybe when you get a bit taller.
Dara will kind of crank an eyebrow over at Malia on that one, like, did this bitch really just say that in regards to drinking? Does she know who we are? Like, I don't like you, but, like, that's the kind of vibe that you're getting off this, the whole, like, does she know who we are?
Malia will kind of do the series of head tilts and like eye rolls and like eyebrow raises of being like, yeah, she only said it because you're pissing her off about me.
Well, what do
I
you...
got friends, bitch.
They're not your real friends. That's the vibe. That's the if you anybody here with
telekinetic.
siblings.
You guys are like,
This
So
sibling
so Tia does not understand this. Thadia does not understand this. Mars does not understand this. Asen is like fluent in this. It's
Faye's
called
going over to
sibling
Tia
can't.
and be like, I think she needs some ice for that burn.
You know, I think your throttle is actually running a bit slow. Have you tried the elemental decompressors recently? Have you purged your elemental lines? My what? Oh, the pipes. About a month and a half ago. A month and a half, and you've been flying around the mana wastes in a Astarian light frigate.
You're saying that like that's bad.
Have you been giving it a lot of torque recently? Because I feel that you might be a little sluggish. All of you are flashing back to almost getting eaten aboard the ship by the giant sand whale.
Yes and no.
I'll check it out once we're in stasis. Regardless, I wanted to thank you all for coming. I will be taking you in to meet the powers that be. So if you want to get dressed up and ready, I'll just wait here on the deck. We've got, at this rate, I think we'll probably be docking in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Fantastic.
So Gorwyn,
Yeah.
you speak for the leader here?
Yeah, mostly. And the lady does a bit too, I suppose. But yeah, it's I am a helper to the helpers. I'm a diplomatic envoy, a herald, one might say.
Oh, so you're going to take us to meet this leader, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I'll take you right in. Look, I can see that they're a little bit everybody here is a little bit prickly, but I think that's just how they say I love you.
My experience with dwarves, that seems pretty accurate for all the ones I've experienced so far.
Can you tell us a little bit more about who we're meeting?
Yeah, absolutely. You'll be meeting with the Grand Vizier, Alcus Trenan.
Oh. Can we do a history check to see if we know names of...
You can with disadvantage.
I would love to try. I don't see Tia doing well with it.
Or see if, like, the name seems familiar in any other aspect.
The name of the country is Rotrenan, so I'll give you that one. And his name is Alcus Trenan.
16.
I think Mally is not gonna even try, because I think she's gonna go, meh.
No, on my disadvantage, I
4.
didn't get very high at all.
Okay.
I got actually okay. So 23?
With disadvantage?
Yeah, I got a 19 and a 17 on the dice, and then I add to it.
So yes, you guys, in the previous episode, you had all like shared a little bit of information about what you knew about this region. Did anybody else get above 20 on this? Okay, then Tia, you're going to piece this together using your somehow knowledge of history. From what you said before, you knew that this was once a kind of a middle kingdom, not very wealthy, but had been stable for several hundred years, hundreds upon hundreds of years, in fact. But recently, the dynasty had shifted. If you remember from last game, it had been mentioned that there was a new royal family in charge.
How
what you
recently
find
was the new royal family?
new, from your knowledge, it would have to have been within the last 100 years.
Okay, so there's a chance that Tia got this information from like just her mom telling stories.
Yeah, there's definitely a chance. It would be at least a full generation ago, so this would have been like at least in your mom's childhood, if not before. So this is like stories of like my mom telling me about like World War II type of thing, right? Like this is like grandparent stories.
Yeah.
Well,
If that's how you
speaking
heard
of,
it.
like, World War, since Tia was involved with like warring previously before, what was like this cities or like this continent's state on these wars, or did they just remain neutral?
So on all of the stuff in the past, the stuff that Tia was in, like Tia's little baby war, was pretty like that was pretty isolated.
It was kind of teeny.
That was mostly on Thestorel, so that was like an inter-country conflict. But you don't know
Maybe,
anything
like,
about
bigger wars?
bigger wars?
Yeah. Like
well,
what kind of stance they took if there was like 1,000-year war kind of thing.
I don't think they were established that long ago, but what I will say is that Tia would know on a more small scale, Rotranan has done a decent job of being kind of like, if your knowledge of warfare and your knowledge of regional politics, Rotranan functions very much like a Switzerland. But imagine Switzerland being an even more high traffic area. Like, to get from any of these northern nations down into the south, you have to pretty much go through this mountain chain.
So it's even more of like a hub of
yeah.
Okay.
So they have
Hub.
yeah. So they have a really good. They have a very strong self-defense force, and are very. They have prospered off letting other people victimize other people, and combat other people, and always have, because of the rough nature of the mountains here.
Now, given that you probably heard about this from her mom, is there anything about like how they interact with the other locals in Orkesh, and like how that, like what if they've had conflict before, or if they just kind of ignored each other, like
during the initial inhabitation of Orkesh, Rotranan basically stonewalled the southern reaches. So anytime Orkesh tried to come in the past, a lot of times it was like raiding parties, because that was when Orkesh was still founding and had a lot of like tribal bands, like tribal raiding bands, and like
a lot of established like
back when it was when they were more like the Horde
resources. Yeah. Okay.
So they definitely were very resistant to that, but I mean they basically just like shut the gates and blasted anything from towers. It was pretty easy to take them out. The orcs really didn't become much of a threat to anybody until they united enough underneath people like your dead pseudo grandfather. But by that point, they reestablished their former confederacy system, or their former confederation system, I should say. But more importantly, in relation to out of the history lesson of orc politics, which I do have a big section of in this book, just in case anybody isn't sure, it's interesting. It's very interesting, but it's irrelevant for this exact moment. What is interesting is that the incongruity of what you know, which is that there was a regime change. And they're taking you to someone named Tranan, which was the historical seat and name of. So that would have been the deposed family, I should say.
I suppose they could have just. I think Tia's logic of this is like they could have just taken on the name to settle their claim.
Totally could have.
Who knows? But it's probably not polite to bring that up. So she's not going to ask about that part in particular. But she will pass on like bits of that information kind of to the others.
You know, I don't care what they say. This is a nice ship. It's not really like astral seaworthy, but I mean, with some modifications, it probably could be. It's definitely. I mean, that's the thing about astral vessels, really. You know, how many astral vessels Have you really? Oh, you're just not listening. You're not listening. Okay.
Malia is actively listening.
Oh, hey, sorry. I was just wondering because, like, you know, there's something to be said. This thing looks like it can actually handle the sea, you know, and anything that can handle the sea can handle the astral sea because it's not like you're adding atmospheric pressures. I mean,
Does Malia know what the hell he's referencing when he says the astral sea?
You can make me a religion or arcana roll.
Sure.
Which one's better?
Yeah,
Religion's
so
death.
Neither.
Heard of
They're the same.
either because of
Yeah, of course.
people. So
If
it's
you're
religion-
a magic user, you know about the other realms of reality.
Oh, okay,
At
cool.
least to some degree.
Yeah.
I just have to see what that adds. So that is 24.
24?
For
All
either.
right. So you would know, and what'd you get on yours, Fadia?
I was clarifying what it was again, religion or
Religion or arcana, either one would
Okay.
function, and they're under different levels, right?
yeah, dirty 20 for arcana.
Perfect. So both of you would be able to be aware that there is another state of reality kind of above this. The astral sea feeds into a number of different... Basically, you'll understand space theory, that there is space, but you'll know that the astral sea is a version of space that kind of feeds out into infinity, and from there you can travel often between realms of reality, which there are
So
multiple...
that could be a way that you could travel between, like, say, here in the Feywild or something.
Theoretically, yes. It's also how you would get to the moon right there, is by traveling through the astral sea. Because you can actually go to the moon. And there are... Yeah, you totally can. You couldn't in this ship, but... Pardon me one second.
Always interested to go to the astral sea as well. I've heard about it, of course, but
Yeah, I've never seen it myself. We've been
Would love
into
to.
the Feywild, but we didn't take the Astral Sea.
So yes, you could use this to go to Cortanis or to Latune. You could probably go to the Illyrian break, but that would be kind of dangerous. And for those of you who haven't been on the wiki recently, Cortanis is the roughly moon-shaped moon that's up there, like the normal, like almost Luna-sized moon. Latune is this kind of yellowish gray oblong moon that's kind of like one of the moons of which moon am I thinking of? I'm thinking of it's kind of like Ceres. If you know your moons, and then Illyria is the giant, not quite asteroid belt, because Amy hates asteroid belts. No, you don't mind asteroid belts. You hate rings. That's right. You don't love Ylos enough to put a ring on it.
You with your ring hatred.
Bling bling.
Shame.
But so that is Illyria, the Broken Moon, which is formerly where the humans come from. Back in the day.
I kind of recall that. I think we talked about it last time.
We did. We
Yeah,
did.
yeah, I remember that conversation.
One day it will form a ring when Amy's ready. Someone put that in the wiki.
because then we have to have a chase scene in there, and then we say the odds of us surviving flying through an asteroid space are 1 billion to 1, and then someone else will say, "Never tell me the odds."
And then
Well,
someone
yeah,
says, "You're
then
odd enough."
I will inevitably have a character in that game who is a pilot and will do it.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me. Yeah, Latune is dark gray, iron gray, and is only visible a few days each month. It's called Riotor by the dragons, in honor of the legendary copper dragon that hides most of the night. Hides at most night of the month because it's a selfish dragon.
Remember that conversation with Farah.
It's a rich mythology, folks. Okay. And the rest, if you want to check, I'm just going to... This is constantly growing, but here, I'll just post the damn wiki and the link. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Wait, you guys
Go.
have been to the Feywild?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was It was a while ago, but yes.
Not that long ago.
Can you go back? I would love to visit the Feywild.
We've just done a lot since then.
Huh. Well, if we're ever bored and you guys want to go back, I'd love to go see the Feywild.
It was definitely interesting.
Yeah. Oh, you've been to the Feywild too. There's a great place to get cauliflower chicken wings there.
I'm not surprised, really. The Feywild seems to have
We didn't run into that.
some interesting places.
I remember the depression trout.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Doubt
the
Trout.
Yeah, they were definitely a thing.
They're the worst. The actual worst. I used to keep one as a pet during my
Why?
teenage years.
Oh.
I was a teenager and I was into emo poetry. It was a phase.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
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 Plus, my people had this like custom about raising your own Doubt Trout and then eating it as a form of getting over your depression.
I
Did it work?
could respect that. At least the symbolism.
I mean, I ate it. I guess you could say it made a sad meal. These guys are going to be the most popular thing that Ylos has ever come up with. God damn it.
And
Yep.
there goes Cat.
You just see Asen crack and just she just starts howling.
Well, actually, that's if you I wrote a lot of songs back in the day. I could play one for you if you want. Pretty lady, like you would like to hear a song, right?
Well, you do that. I'm gonna go change to meet our
Oh,
host.
sure.
Yeah.
Apologies for the lack of decorum. And as he says that, he's going to open his mouth, reach into his mouth, down, like put his fist into his mouth, and pull out a brass horn, like a saxophone.
Fadia is a gawk.
It
It's
does
just
not
like-
make any sense because he just reaches into his mouth and pulls out a saxophone.
Which size of saxophone?
Like, we're talking like a saxophone.
Like
No,
an
I'm
alto.
Is it an
tenor.
alto? Is it a tenor saxophone? Because those are even bigger.
It is
Or
the size.
baritone.
It is, I believe, it's, what did Lisa Simpson use?
I think she just needs a
An
regular
alto. That was
That's
So
like
yeah,
the
he
most
pulls out an
generic.
alto sax. We're talking like the
Which is
jamming in a
still-
blues band.
Still pretty, yeah.
That's still pretty freaking big.
It's like, it's big. Oh, sorry. He wipes. It's actually surprisingly dry.
What?
Well, I'm not going to sleek in on my back when we're on a diplomatic
No.
oh,
I'm
you guys
just-
haven't met an Alfar before. We've got big stomachs.
Nope.
that you can reach into? Does it not?
Yeah.
Like
What?
That's handy.
One of our gods
Yeah.
originally ate a black hole once, and it just kind of stuck.
Huh?
Oh.
Because I usually when
Molly's
if I
gonna
like,
go get
try and reach in my
changed.
mouth, it gets a gag reflex, and then I, you know.
Oh, I mean, if I hit the dangly ball, forget about it. But you just get used to it.
And
on a quick
exit.
side note, what dress code are we looking for here?
What dress code would you wear when meeting royalty? Lady Lair says.
Okay, I should probably go get changed too then.
Does anyone
Think
have any
Mally is
extra clothes?
Mally's gonna go get changed into her robes,
Hey, you
but
can come
not
with me.
Sweet. Thank
anything too insanely like fancy, but official still.
Okay. Nice.
You know,
She's gonna try to like at least maintain not friendliness, but kind of hopefully not outright like cattiness with Dara. And she feels like if she goes to the really fancy robes,
Mhm.
she's gonna get all the comments and all the shit.
Do you want me to play some... Here, hold on. I'll just play this to set the mood.
I'm just gonna raid Aizen's closet.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Mars, you can come with me too. Fadia, Mars, let's go have a party.
Yep, Fadia raids.
Let's do it.
We got some sick beats to go along with.
Sorry.
What is the climate up here, like more north? Is it getting colder or?
It's getting colder for sure, but it's...
I love this so much.
He's just playing this while you're getting dressed.
This is beautiful.
For anybody wondering, I have written these guys up as a race, and they have an ability called Impossible Stomach. They can hold a number of items equal to their proficiency bonus in their stomach. That cannot be larger than them.
Fair.
Like total, or could you like stuff 3 items that are of equal size to you?
Equal size, I believe.
Okay, so you could have 3 times worth of stuff in you, just as long as it's not.
Here, tell you what. I'll read the exact rules real quick, because they're really worth
I'm
it.
loving the music for this.
There we go. I will publish this very soon. Let's see. Here we go. If you can fit it in your mouth, you can hold it in your stomach. As an action, you can swallow a non-living object that weighs no more than 10 pounds. You can store a number of items equal to your proficiency bonus, and as an action, you can retrieve 1 such stored item. He has a big mouth, so we'll say that it's a smaller alto, but still.
Does it unhinge like a snake?
A bit.
Jaw? That's disturbing.
Oh my god, I love this thing so much.
This is amazing, and I love it.
So, Aizen's gonna bring Fadia and Mars into her room, and they're gonna get changed.
Woohoo!
We have, what, 10 minutes before we
We have about
dock?
10 minutes, yeah.
That's all I need.
And
Oh,
Tia,
I found the perfect outfit. What Fadia looks like. It's great.
because Tia's actually just reusing an outfit she already has used before because it's nice.
Nice.
Well, Asen always goes shopping, so she has new clothes.
That's true.
And if it looks good on Asen, then I'll wear it.
Okay, so about 10 minutes later, you will all head back out, dressed in your finest, right as the airships are docking. And he's just playing the... Well, I mean, he's got a 21 on his performance check, so he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, Robin, that link that when I was going through that thing, that's exactly what the one that I looked at. I'm like, that's the one she went with.
You guys just sharing pictures privately of what you're dressing as?
Well,
In our ping chat, yeah.
that's
like,
A
what
lot
does
of
Fadia look-
corsets.
Yeah, duh.
Mhm,
Okay, fair.
duh.
And then Tia's like going for like an actual like formal like dress look, the little bit dressed down to not be for a ball.
Fair. All right.
Malia's
Seems
in
to
like
look
the
good.
armor and robes from the time where the temple that they were at. Ylos. When
So
she got-
Fadia
what
was
it?
wearing like
Promoted.
Mhm.
the steampunk, and then obviously her robe of stars over top of it.
Okay. Nice. All right. So you dressed in Valish vestments, robe of stars, and a corset. Mars, what did you end up with?
Asen, I always wear black and purple. Do you have anything in red?
Yeah, of course I do. I was
So-
gonna go blue, so that works.
As
And
you
she's
are-
going to just yeah.
As you are looking through your things, can you please make me a wisdom save?
Yes. I'm concerned. Why? That's a okay. What do I add to wisdom? I add 8, so that's 14. 22.
22. As you are going through clothing, you are going to find one of Farah's dresses. Got mixed in with yours after a laundry.
Oh.
One of her blue ones, the ones that had a slight shimmery sheen to it. One of the ones, it's part of one of the outfits that were picked up in Steep Hollow, the thick ones. The ones that the winter weather clothing that got stuffed into the wrong bin.
How? Well,
And Mars is going to see you do that. Like, she's going to see you pull out.
Ooh.
let's
Let's put that one.
we're gonna put that over there for now, and I'll have
Yeah.
to
We'll unpack
sort
that
that out
later.
later. Red, yes, yes, red. She's gonna thumb through a few more dresses and pull one out. It's gonna be like just a red sweetheart cut, just floor length with a nice slit up the side.
Yes.
And just lightly boned around the bodice.
Okay.
And she's gonna be like, here,
Sleeveless or like
try that. It's off the shoulder sleeves.
nice.
So,
Oh,
so drop sleeves.
beautiful.
She's gonna be like, here, try this. And we have the same size feet, so there's a matching set of shoes in that closet over there. The red lacy ones.
Can you help do up the back?
Yes. Yeah, I can. That's
Yay!
yes. Yes, let's do that. Let's get you undressed and let's get you dressed up in this. Okay. And Asen's going to really try and put that out of her mind while she dresses up Mars.
There you
Ah.
go.
All right, so dressing up Mars is not much of a problem.
No.
All right, so with that, you will all head back out into deck right as you can hear the sound of wind whipping by. The tops of these mountains are covered in fog that is steaming off of the sides. And as you are coming down, you can see ropes being pulled and pried off of the sides of the ships, lashing them down onto the top of this landing pad. And there you can see a pair of royally dressed Loxodons ordering around the tie-down effort, kind of trumpeting orders around to a number of humans and dwarves that are working on top of the mountainside. Wow, you all look fantastic! Somehow he must have swallowed the saxophone in the meanwhile.
Sorry.
Well,
That was lovely music you played for us.
thank you! I'm a pretty horny guy. By that I mean I'm into horns.
That was fantastic.
Fantastic. I'm actually... it's an awful joke. I'm absolutely, totally... I'm sapiosexual, if you must know. So... I don't think I have any worry here. Kidding. You're all wonderful. You're all brilliant people. Especially you. Really sharp. He points vaguely at one of you. You're sure it's you. Hold on. That is a 29 on a persuasion flirt check.
Oh my goodness.
Who is this?
Mass. It's the mass flirt spell.
It's the mass flirt. It's Alphys a bard is what he is. I'm sorry.
My God, I love.
He's
this.
indestructible. He's indestructible. Well, allow me to take you to the man of the hour.
That would be lovely, though I feel like we're not going to get any better conversation than what we've had. You're such a charming guy.
Oh, well, you know, I'm no mushroom, but I like to be a fun guy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We used to have this one guy around here. Funniest guy you'd ever meet. Not very many people here speak Myconid. You know? So, you know, he can't, and a lot of people here wear face cloths, so using the whole communication spores thing doesn't really work out with the dust storms. Alpha are normally resistant to a lot of airborne bacteria and stuff, so we don't tend to wear stuff like that. So, great conversationalists. A lot gets lost in the spore translation. Neat guy.
Huh.
For a blood hunter.
There's not that many Myconid blood hunters out there either.
I mean, there can't be that many.
No, I feel like that's a very specific description.
Huh.
I mean, we happened to have a very fun interaction with one a while ago.
Wait, you guys have also met a Myconid? What?
We have.
Yeah, it
There's
was
the same day that we stopped a giant worm, actually. I actually
And-
rode it like a train.
essentially what was about to be a kind of a zombie outbreak in a bondage festival.
It was a bondage festival.
Interesting
Right.
day.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that one.
That was a good party
Oh.
afterwards.
Oh. Maybe it's the same guy.
It's
Potentially.
possible.
Gwyden?
That
Please
was his
don't
name, right,
remember
Kelly?
You can make me an it roll to see if you remember.
I will make you an int roll.
100% going to do that roll because Amy doesn't remember.
And that's gonna be a 15.
A 15? Yeah, it could be.
Also a 15.
You know what? That
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
pretty close. That sounds pretty close.
So that means that
That
two of us are
sounds
going,
about
yeah,
right.
that sounds about right. So it's definitely right.
Oh,
It's
totally.
definitely right.
That confirmation bias going on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Huh.
All right.
Oh. Well, people get around.
Is there
Don't-
anything
Yes.
we
Don't
should
they just?
not do in front of the vizier? Is there anything that is pretty
Um,
common?
Just call him your royalness or your
Excellency?
yeah, excellency
Nina?
sounds great. He's pretty excellent.
Molly's kind of watching the other two's expressions just to make sure that none of this seems weird,
And
that they're not kind of going, rolling their eyes or something.
she is trying to rack her brains trying to figure out if excellency seems like the right honorific title to address a
Seem-
vizier.
Seems fine.
Honestly, I'm trying to remember what they used to call Jafar in Aladdin.
Your
I'm pretty sure they
Jafarius.
said excellency. I'm pretty
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
why-
I'm thinking in my head.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're looking around, Mally, you're not getting much of a vibe, especially because Dara kind of stays kind of close to you, but Lady Lairs is going to hop off your ship as soon as it is grounded back on, and you're going to see this immense dog leap off and run up beside her. And then begin hassling one of the Loxodon that is on this platform. The Loxodon will kind of like kick a foot toward the dog, like, "Hey, stay away from me, you mutt! Stay away! Stay away! I don't want any of what you're peddling here. Hey, Lairs, take care of your dog." He likes you. Come on. Well, I don't. I'm allergic. with the trunk. These are very well appointed looking Loxodons, wearing full double-breasted, like red with medals. Like they are very trussed up. And one of the other Loxodons says, "Oh, please forgive him. He's a bit sensitive. Come, Bara. Let's finish our work." And the two will continue organizing the topside bit, keeping an eye on you. You can tell that both of them have these immense studded and spiked war clubs hanging at their sides, very much the way that like someone would have like a colonial saber hanging off of their hip. Instead, it is a fuck off brain club. A very nice one though, and actually does have ivory in it.
Mally's gonna kind of eyeball them a little, of like looking at them, so they look nice.
Oh, hello. It's good to see you. Are you one of a Valish priestess? One of them will say. The one that seemed to be afraid of dogs, Bara, who kind of... A Valish priestess has not set foot in this palace in quite some time. Interesting.
Is it a problem?
I'm sorry, the dog has just gotten in my eyes.
Tissue? Dog allergies?
Very bad dog allergies. Very bad indeed. Thankfully, my companion here is not. Are you Vox Alto? No, I'm just allergic to cats. Together we have very few pets.
Could have a bird.
Fish.
We do.
Do the
nice.
Loxodon and what did he say? Alfarian?
Alfar.
Guys, Alfar. Do you like? Are there a lot? Do you both inhabit this city?
We, the Alpha, do whatever they'd like. There are very few of them here. Perhaps a scant handful. We Loxodon are proud inhabitants of Rotranon and the lands beyond. Look there. He kind of gestures to the south, where you can see the plains and steppe stretch in the valleyway between the mountains. That is our kingdom.
Everything the light touches?
Most of it indeed. Although there is a small pocket of, a small settlement of Gif out there. My friend, I believe it's pronounced Jif. Whatever. Either way, they're in one of the Southlands. Where are my manners? I am one of the royal sergeants at arms, Bara, Captain Bara. And this is my erstwhile companion and Loxodon at arms, Vox Alto. Vox Alto, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure as well. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Yes, well, I think you should probably come with me, says the Alfar.
Sounds good.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for coming so peacefully. You'll hear from Lady Lairs. She kind of looks over at you and says, if any of you want to go for a tour or anything later, hit me up. I'm easy to find.
Noted.
Fair enough.
Would love to see what you have
Sounds
going on.
nice.
So did we come where they docked? Like, are we gonna be taking any of like the trams and stuff to get to the palace, or are we already kind of there?
You are not. You are taking a long, winding sets of stairs that go down the mountain. So it is probably a 10-minute walk into the palace.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Or it would be, as soon as you step onto the center of this platform away from your ship. I'll be going with you as well.
I'm only
Dara
imagining, like, if anyone plays Final Fantasy online, I think of the Steps of Nald in Ulda.
Oh, I don't, but I feel like I should have ripped it off.
I'll show you later. It's really cool, but
Tell me later
that
when I'm
area,
older.
It's all a circle and lots of stairs.
Nice. So there is going to be a pause there, like on this giant platform, and you can see that there are probably a mile's worth of stairs ahead of you.
Yep.
I'll be taking you there. Let's go the expressway. And Dara will reach into her robes, pull out a small tablet and snap it between her fingers. And suddenly there will be the ground will shiver and shudder beneath you, and suddenly you are standing in a well-appointed palace hallway.
Was that a little mini, like, gate scroll?
A teleportation tablet, yes, very useful.
Really?
I far prefer that to walking down the stairs.
Smooth.
Wow.
Definitely appreciate that.
Of course.
Mm.
I know my sister's short legs would have made it quite a walk, trying to keep up with the rest of you tall ones.
Oh, but Mally is much more, like, strong and
It's okay,
sturdy.
Fadia. She's actually insulting you right now.
Oh.
I wasn't, but
Alright.
if you're too dim to know that I wasn't, then I was.
Oh,
I'm just trying to stand
family.
up for my friend versus you, so if you insult me, that's okay.
Well,
And I was trying to defuse a fight that you just intent on starting. So let's not go there.
yeah, actually, let's go in here. And Gorwin will take a couple steps forward, grab these huge rungs, and we'll huge rungs on this set of double doors, and we'll try to pull them open, and we'll just kind of. Yeah, you guys are tall. Can I get a hand?
Of course.
Asen will reach forward and pull one.
And
Norm-
Tia will also step forward and help with the other one.
Okay, what are your strength scores? At least 14.
Yeah.
15.
Okay, then you'll be able to
Tia's
do it.
like-
Tia's gonna go easy. Asen's
yeah.
gonna be like opening like a slightly stiff jar of peanut butter, but we'll open.
Yeah, Tia's got strength of 23 right now.
Okay, so yeah, that'll open. So the doors are gonna open. He's gonna go. Normally the Loxodon are here. So it's
That's fair.
I'm not saying that's all they're good for, but they are good for it. If you get my drift, they're very beefy.
Fair.
Very,
yeah, I
very
don't doubt
beefy.
it.
All right, so the doors will open, and you will see an immense throne room. Now, Rotranon doesn't have very much water, very much visible water. It has a couple of rivers, nothing in the way of lakes kind of running through it. However, you wouldn't know that from this throne room. Set into ivory and sandstone and brilliant streaks of gold and gold-veined marble everywhere across this broad, deep chamber. You can see that it is designed for, like, simultaneously to act as a throne room, but also like a royal greeting room, also probably a party space. Its walls are weeping these cerulean waterfalls along the left and right as you enter. Behind the door, there's this length of brilliant plush blue and silver carpet that leads to this immense fountain in the center of the room that is bubbling over with just the most crisp, fragrant spring water.
Ooh.
And behind it, on a pedestal, you are going to see a dark-featured man. Very sharp eyebrows. The type of eyebrows that actually stick a bit further out from the skin, even. Right? Very, very sharp. A slight ridging to the forehead beneath this immense robe and cap. Long fingernails, long fingers. A goatee and mustache combo that curls at the base in on itself. It's basically Jafar, I'm not gonna lie. It's Jafar, but with like a little bit of horning kind of coming out. And his skin is not of a human shade. It is vaguely, you'd say like vaguely Middle Eastern, vaguely kind of like slight brown, but like splashed with plum. And he sits behind on the throne. And this is where I'll stay. Just follow me. And Gorwyn takes you inside and walks around and goes, presenting to you, His Excellency, the adventuring party, nothing ventured.
So, I didn't want to interrupt your lovely description, Kelly, but as we're walking in, Fadia is going to activate her star sight, so it lasts a minute, and it gains a true sight at 60 feet. So for the first minute, she's just activating that just to see if there's anything weird around. And I don't think she'll use the ask the question of
make
the nature unless something.
Make me a perception roll.
Okay.
Got a stash? Yeah.
We start this game with a point of inspiration.
You
right?
do. Yeah. In this one.
I'm using that because I rolled a 2.
Yeah, don't roll a 2. That's bad.
Yeah. God damn it, I rolled a 5. Plus 1 is 6.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
So your star sight lasts for 1 minute total, right?
Yeah, I can use it multiple times, so if she may, as we're walking there, use it once, and then maybe as we get there and are talking, she'll activate it again.
Looking around, you'll see that the place is, filled with magical energy. This is obviously a highly warded, highly mystical area. The water is all of it's real. A very little of it is... Very little of it is weird, but as you're walking, you'll notice that there are a couple of walls inside of here that are illusory walls.
At the, to the side of the throne or behind the throne?
Behind the throne, definitely. There are some secret passageways that are hidden in plain sight. As you were kind of looking around. The man behind the vizier doesn't appear to be strange at all, though. He's very strange, but not for any reason beyond himself.
Okay, cool. He was mainly what I was super interested of if he was hiding anything, so that's good.
He taps his fingers together as you approach, and that's when Gorwyn will introduce you, and he will look down upon you from probably about 20 steps up. Welcome to Rotranon, my friends. I hope that you've had an excellent trip here.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
To think that you would be coming in by airship. How droll. I thought that only the Amerisians had proper air vehicles. Oh, and the Alpha, although theirs don't seem to stay in the air for very long.
It's an inherited relic.
I wish to see it sometime. Perhaps it would be an interesting field trip. Nevertheless, what brings you here into my presence?
We have come to seek aid.
Aid of what fashion?
Are you aware of what's happening in Orkesh these days?
Yes, I am aware that there is trouble brewing. Something about White Hand Thrall?
That's the one.
You know about him?
Some time ago, several years, he came here in search of allies himself to depose the Confederation.
Well, it would seem that he has succeeded.
And without my help.
So it would seem.
Looking at him, to describe the Vizier a bit more, I'd say he's a man probably pushing 60. You can see that he's getting the tired bags under his eyes. He's got frown wrinkles that have been chiseled into his face as if with a hammer and chisel, like real deep ones. We're talking like Bruce Willis deep ones here. Okay? He's definitely got a lot of that kind of like tired, self-appointed kind of vibe to him. So, if you want to sorry, Robin's asking me Robin, say it out loud if you're going to say it on this one.
Okay, sorry. I wanted to. Fada is going to, as we're doing it and talking again, she'll refresh her star sight, and she is going to use the ability to make an opposed investigation check.
All right. Okay.
And ask a question about their nature. If
Cool.
If they're unaware of you, it's just their DC or challenge rating.
They are aware of you. So it is opposed. I rolled a 6, so it's probably not great.
Yeah, that's a 12 for me.
12. That beats my. So it's plus my int, or is it plus my?
Yours is deception.
You can spend your determination to beat me.
I would like to do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Boom. Done.
I'm going to ask.
What are you gonna ask?
The question of 3 to 5 words. Answered by no more than 3 to 5 words. Okay, so it doesn't have to be yes or no. Is he selfish or helpful?
He's both, but more selfish.
Okay.
You know what? I'll say self-interested.
Self-interested. Cool. Thank you.
Okay. So as he looks around, he says, "Where are my manners? Gorwin, please summon the flufflings. The flooflings. The little. Bring wine. Yes, Your Excellency. And he'll like reach into his mouth and pull out a triangle and go. And as that occurs, some of the smaller illusory things that you've seen, there were a couple that are like air ducts kind of around the way. These little brown specks are going to begin going out onto the floor, and they look like little, almost like big fuzzy balls with feet. And they come out carrying a tray of goblets and a bottle of wine. Oh, here we go. He pours out. It's a dry one. I hope you don't mind. It's a most excellent dry one. You will enjoy it greatly. So, you've come for aid? What kind of aid? Militaristic?
Ideally, but that may be a tall order when we're not even friends yet.
Well,
I definitely feel like we could have similar interests that would benefit both parties.
Rotranan is a crossroads of information, a crossroads of news and events. You would do well to notice, my friends, that you are the only elves here. I've heard about Nothing Ventured and your time at Azabek. Quite exciting to have terrorists in my midst. Perhaps.
Wait, what?
Insight to see if he actually believes truly believes this, and
You can totally.
if so, does he? Is it the vibe of like he kind of thinks this is novel and kind of neat, or he's like?
I rolled a
about
nat
started-
1, so
Okay.
yes, he thinks it's hilarious and thinks that he doesn't give a shit.
I'm gonna roll my insight anyway just to see what how.
If you get a nat 20, then I'll give you something else. But like,
It's a
is it a
it's
2?
a
Because you
seven.
still beat him.
No, I think it's pretty solid.
Okay. All right. So, reaching in to your vast insight, he doesn't care if he believes it or not. He sees an advantage, and wishes to exploit it.
Okay.
Don't fear not. You are very far away from Azabek, or whatever part of it remains.
Most of it.
I also heard about your adventures at Dog Run Bridge and at Mirage. It seems that you are quite noteworthy.
Didn't know you were a fan.
Oh,
Keeping up on our information like that, but I'm honored.
I absolutely am a fan, and I believe that we could work together. Now, I have many things for those who, many potential jobs for those who would, perhaps be willing to do particular deeds.
Particular?
Oh yes, I believe there are a number of things that we could speak of. Things that would be worth a trade. Future services for the use of the military in taking care of your little problem. In fact, I think that I could say, without the shadow of a doubt, that... And as he goes to speak, you're going to hear giggling around the corner. Such big words. trying to put on airs again. And from around the side of the throne, a girl of about 15 or 16, human, with kind of a rich brown skin, bright blue eyes, is going to... Oh, pardon me, actually, she's kind of like more copper-toned. She doesn't get out that much. Is going to do a mummer's tumble around the corner. She's dressed in broad, brilliant, vibrant silks, the color of seawater, with this beautiful braiding of her hair that tumbles down almost all the way to her ankles and would probably go much further if it were unbraided. With a veil hanging out the front of it, will roll forward and begin rocking back and forth, rolling on her butt. You're too serious all the time, Alki. Hi. Nothing ventured. You're the heroes I heard about. Ooh, wine. And she'll roll forward a couple of times, spring to her feet, and go and... Which one of you has not drank or touched the wine at all? She will roll forward, walk up to Mars, and press herself up against you as much as you will allow. Basically, will roll and lead with her breasts, which are modest. B cup, C cup, something like that. But she's very fit. Will kind of push against you, wrap her fingers around your wine glass, and tilt it into her mouth.
Oh, is that what she's gonna do, hey?
She's gonna try. She's gonna try.
Okay, so I'm gonna plug her nose, tip her head back, and I'm gonna take it back out of her own mouth.
Okay.
Ask first.
Oh. That's what a tiefling tastes like. I've been wondering. You can see... can I get an insight check off anybody who is looking at the vizier?
Yes.
I will not roll. Asen is not looking at the vizier. She's very distracted by what's happening here.
Oh my
Fair.
god, my dice are just
Oh.
garbage tonight. 12.
19.
19?
That's a 16 for me.
29.
You... 29? Okay. I rolled a 5. You can see that as this is happening, what initially happened, she rolled out, and the vizier tensed up and began rubbing his temple. And then when that occurs, he goes completely rigid, like his spine stiffens, his posture just kind of, and you can see all of the purple kind of fade into like a chartreuse as he goes pale. And Gorwin will say, "You can have my drink, your majesty."
And I'll cheers her glass and just down mine.
Majesty?
And, yes, nothing ventured, announcing Her Excellency, Her Majesty, the highest of high, Sultana Anilel Obilisong. The girl will drink her glass completely dry, run her tongue around the inside of the rim to make sure she gets all of it, peer into it, and then drop it onto the ground where it explodes into shards of crystal. You should stay for dinner, she says, kind of eyeing Mars up and then shooting a wink over at Asen. I could eat you up. I think it's probably a good place for us to take a quick break, though.
I have concerns.
As you should. As you should. Nothing about this is easy to understand, Ninja of Darkness, I guarantee. Nothing is easy to understand about this.
We don't understand either, don't worry.
At least for her.
You're
I'm
learning
worried.
the same pace as us.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you very much, real quick before we go on break, to Soul Omen for being a world-building patron and creating this country and giving me the framework to play these ridiculous characters.
I'm gonna need you
That
to
says it
type
all.
out the name because I got Sultana and then the rest was like.
Sure. So it's Bubba.
Yeah, I was busy thinking, oh boy. Oh, Sultana. Okay, spoiled bitch. She'll fit in just great with Mars and Asen.
Oh, Benny song.
Look, you don't always need to call me out like that.
You don't. But we'll call you out more after this break. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We're back. Hello, everybody. Also, Robin, can you stand up a little bit? Can I just want, God damn, I designed that shirt well. Because from the angle, it's just needs more. And then the highlight. God, it's so good. It's so good when, like, as a tight shirt on boobs. I'm sorry. But it's true.
I can't wait for shirts to fit me like that.
Needs more. I did.
It's gonna be
well, because I've seen Hayden wear that before too, and like they wear it the same way, where it's just needs more. How? It's great. It's great. It's great.
I can't start wait to wear my like nerdy shirts to work and see what they say.
I need to get a
when
needs
I
more
have
hardware
boobs, I'll
boxer
get the
brief.
same thing. Oh my god.
Just needs more, or maybe across the butt. Booty.
Oh, you
Or-
want
or on
hardware
the
in your
front.
butt? Okay.
I want hardware on my butt, maybe not in it. No.
Hardware
Oh.
wants to be in everyone's butt though.
Star Wars scroll. Soul, I don't know what you're talking about in the chat right now, but I spent a little bit of
the shirt.
Oh yeah, fair. I spent a little bit of time today playing Jedi Survivor, and
Jealous.
I want it. I want
Okay.
PS5 so
I
I can
want it.
play.
I started
my
Zelda
favorite streamer's
yesterday
been playing
myself.
that a lot.
it's
I have the Zelda.
it's really like it's good. There's no excuse for a couple. It's a sequel to the first one, right? And they did that thing where they reset your power level, but they don't give an excuse why, even though it's the same character,
Well, that's
which
annoying.
which I hate. Like if we're gonna do it, just give me the same powers, just make powers bigger, you know? Like they did with like some of the earlier games, or like kill him and make it a clone. I don't care. It's glitchy as fuck, and I have the
Yeah.
PS5 version. Like it's like the first. Well, I did Let's Plays of the first one on Dork Tales, and the first one you can actually see me. There was this one section on Kashyyyk where I was trying to like swing on vines and like jump on a ledge, and I kept no clipping through the ledge.
Oh no, it was too broken for PC. Couldn't play.
Yeah, it was horrible. There's not as much no clipping issues. What I find is that like this is like a $200 million game, right? Like this is an EA game. This is hey, raid from Paladin Archives. Good to see you guys. We're doing a 5-minute chat, then we're hopping back into game. So join us. Welcome, everybody. Give a shout out to Paladin Archives. But what I've been finding is that like Cal will walk up to something, and they've really tried to put a lot of like things in the background. Like you're on a planet that has like a bunch of animals, and there are like birds that'll just like land and fly off away from you and stuff, but they're glitched out birds, so that you're already looking at them because you can't force grab them, you can't interact with them at all. But everything else that moves in the environment is trying to kill you, so every time you see them you're like, huh, you know, but they're not there. They're basically ghosts, right? Because they're not interactables. But then they'll glitch off and they'll do this, like they'll go into a cutscene and you can see one out of the corner of the screen, and it's supposed to be like, yeah, but instead it'll be like, yeah. It's just like, how did you publish this game, guys? Like so many of the background things in this game are broken. Like it just doesn't work. And also
That's disappointing. to hear.
I'm kind of disappointed. Like it is,
That sucks.
it's little things, right? Overall, it's like B grade. But they also did the thing where, just so you know, going into it, No spoilers at all for the previous game, but anybody who watched my playthrough or saw my reaction when I beat the first Star Wars Jedi Outcast, the ending's great. Like, the ending has a sequence that is just explosively good, and I don't want to spoil it because you will. It is great. It is great. It is not referenced, and this is like an undetermined amount of time later, the story picks up and none of your friends are together.
Oh.
And it's like, they still exist and you're slowly like going to find them after you guys broke up. But there's no, it's really vague and kind of weird. And it feels like a lot of things have like missing bits.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, it's okay. But like, I'm saying, like, save it until it goes down in price a little.
So it doesn't really necessarily feel like a direct sequel. It's kind of like, is this sort of tangentially connected-ish?
It feels like a sequel. Okay, I feel like what they're trying to do is like the time jump between like New Hope and Empire.
Okay.
But they're not explaining any of the I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I feel like a little more context. And then they do that thing right at the beginning of the game where it's like, here's your new squad. You really like them, right? Like them a lot. For no reason. For no reason at all. Really like them right now. Oh, look, a couple of them died. Do you care? You don't care. You don't.
Character I truly, genuinely care about is BD1. If anything happens
to BD1, we riot. No, BD1's fine as far as but there are so many points. There's so many things in this where it's like BD1 will get into trouble.
Do you have a BD1?
Yeah. No, I got the Funko because it has BD1. Because I need a baby buddy.
Okay. The most annoying thing about Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Grab a new Funko that I got this last week.
Okay, do it. But BD1 will get into trouble. And it's something that Cal could just easily force carry him away from. And instead he'll be like, BD1, no! It's like he's like trying to get BD1 killed. And it's just trying to like, it's like he's trying to let BD1 kill himself. Cosmo!
Look at Cosmo!
Cosmo was the best part of Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yes. Confirmed.
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't know when I'm going to manage to see it, but hopefully soon.
I have to say,
movies.
Kat,
Yeah,
maybe don't see it, Kat.
I've heard a lot, especially in the rabbit community.
It's real good, but it's real brutal. And Amy, go see it in the theater.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how long it's gonna be in theaters and figure out when I can actually go.
Well, it just broke $500 million, so it's gonna be there for a while.
It's gonna be for a while, yeah.
Like,
yeah, I've heard a lot, especially in all the rabbit communities, that they're just like,
Someone time Knacker out. He called it a bad dog. Time him out.
Hey!
Give him a minute.
Calling a dog a bad dog is how you get charged with crimes.
There's a thing in the movie about calling him a bad. Oh, he actually did time out. 600 seconds. That's 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
That's the auto one.
All right.
No.
All right. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Give him a minute.
go.
Give him a minute for bad dog.
better.
All right.
Yeah. I just used the auto button thinking it would be the lesser one.
No, it's the max.
600 seconds.
600 seconds. Just get out of here. No.
There we go.
So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is great. Sorry, someone just typed it. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is really good. Big content warning for animal abuse though. Like, it is about the villain does do horrible things to animals, and it's a Marvel movie. The villain gets messed up, and the villain is not a problem after this movie. Okay. Because it's a Marvel movie and they kill their villains usually, unless it's Tom Hiddleston, they kill their villains, or Kang, because what's happening with that now? Man, Ant-Man was so frustrating.
I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, it's so frustrating. You can tell that, like. Okay, Ant-Man's... no Ant-Man spoilers, because you want to see it. There's just a lot of stuff in the movie where you can tell they edited the hell out of it to change its ending. Like, you can tell, because they will cut away, and then they'll cut back, and during the final fight, a character is a completely different location. with something completely different happening to them.
Ah, I see.
It's bad. Robin, you remember seeing it, and like we were talking about that before, about the teleporting and just the.
Oh
what?
yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of weird stuff.
It looked very mismatchy. Of like things were left on the cutting room floor that probably shouldn't have been left to make sense.
And the ending, the last 5 minutes of the movie were reshot in February when the movie launched in March, February. It was shot, the final bits were shot a month before, because it's the only time in the entire movie Paul Rudd looks old.
Yeah.
Because the movie was filmed like 2 years before that scene. And then they have some daylight photography of Paul Rudd looking like he's, 50 something. It's weird, guys. It's weird.
Coming to Disney Plus tomorrow.
Yeah, you can watch it on Disney Plus. It's fine. It's fine. It's
I was considering putting it on while I was packing, but I can't because it's not until tomorrow when I leave.
You could download it and watch it on the plane. It's a plane movie, guys.
Yeah, but I can also read a book or play on my Switch. So
This is true. Did you get Tears of the Kingdom?
No, I'm working my way through Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes.
I started Tears of the Kingdom last night, and it's good, and it's super sandboxy, and so I spent like 4 hours just sitting still in the tutorial area, like the main. Like,
I was gonna say, wait until you can make a car.
What?
What? You can make a car. Yeah, they've put on a thing, like the new mechanic that's really interesting, is you can like glue things together to make shit.
Did you see that if you put
make a
the
car
cover of Tears
You can make an airplane
and Skyward Sword, or I think it is the two of them next to each other. It's like the same, like it looks like the same picture, like it connects.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hot take, I like the story for this one a little bit better than Breath of the Wild.
That's
I'm
interesting. What if you glue two cars together?
Then you get a bus.
Oh man! Hop onto the Link bus.
Zelda games since
Hop onto the Link bus.
Is that called the TransLink? Oh.
No, TransLink is when Kat plays the game.
Yeah. I will admit, at the beginning,
really
like
Zelda all along,
when you actually start playing him, he's looking very like he has a different look, and I'm like, Link, you're kind of hot now. What? Why am I attracted to you? But
it's like,
anyway.
You want to link up?
No, just wait till you get to like Daddy Ganondorf, okay?
Oh my god, I can't wait for
Daddendorf.
Oh, it's Matt Mercer.
When I hear Ganondorf, I think like Big Pig Man. Like
no, he's hot now.
He's hot.
Is he just the typical Is he just the basic Matthew Mercer voice now? Is he just?
It's like Matt Mercer is his villain.
I am Ganondorf. Like one of those.
From the trailer, that's what he kind of sounded like.
Ganondorf.
The last Zelda game I played to any
green.
extent was Link to the Past.
Link to the Past is good.
It was, yeah.
You know what the best one is? A Link Between Worlds was really good too.
Okay, I did play some of that. It frustrated me.
I really want to do a Vati cosplay though.
Vati, which is that the tall woman?
It's the like sorcerer thing that turns his master into a cap, and Link wears it, I think, in 4 Swords.
Oh, I haven't played. Is it VAATI? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's a you cosplay. It's just all It's just Mars with a different outfit.
So, the last Zelda game I played, was Twilight Princess.
I loved Twilight.
You are the Twilight Princess. All right. So,
yeah, that was the last Zelda game that I've played.
Wow. Folks, we're going to be heading back into game in just a minute, but I wanted to say a quick thank you, first of all, to everybody who's here watching the Shards of Nyrn with us. Thank you very much. And also, I wanted to put out a little note about... Oh, that's my voice being looped. because I was loading our own window.
Spin move.
Spin move.
Spin loop.
What?
I always love it when you open up a window and you accidentally have like the stream going and you're like, why am I hearing?
Why am I
double
hearing
double
myself?
window elbow?
Why am I having? Okay, cool. I was gonna quickly, because I forgot what the link is. No, I have to load a past video. So, folks, I wanted to thank everybody for being here, and also, oh, it's on the last episode of Dragonlance. That's where it was. So, some of my friends, they're not a sponsor, not sponsored, but they are doing a Kickstarter right now. So, I promised them that I would share some of their stuff, and tomorrow night I'll show you a video about it. But would you, everybody, check out this Kickstarter? And if it looks like something you would like to buy, then yeah, let's give that a timeout. But yeah, give that a look. It is it's basically like a magic crate. It is this kind of like,
That's kind of neat.
thank you for that. I was looking for my notes on that, because that was gross. So sorry, we had somebody in the chat that was saying some gross stuff. We don't thanks for the follow, guy who was being gross. Don't be gross. Come on back, hang out.
Yeah, literally. That's all we ask is don't be gross.
Yeah. So anyway, so there is a fantastic little Kickstarter that some of our friends put together. Go check it out. It's neat. It is by Nerdy Clocks, and it is Magic Crate, the revised and crafted modular GM box. And if you go and back our other sponsor, you can put their boxes in these boxes. So it's pretty good. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Any other things happening? Let's go see Ant-Man. I bought my tickets for Spider-Verse.
I'm seeing Fast 10 on Friday.
Are you?
Oh, I want to go see Fast 10 so bad.
Why? Okay.
Is this the Fast and the Furious movie?
Yes!
And they just call it
Yes,
Fast
it
10?
is!
I know.
No, it's called
That's
Fast
Fast
X.
X.
It's
Fast X.
So,
Oh.
fun story with Fast and Furious. Not a single one of their movies has had the same style of name.
It's true.
Yeah.
I am
Every single
so
one is different.
annoyed that they didn't just have the marketing conclude with your seatbelts. Because then it could have been Fast 10 your seatbelts.
I get it.
Yeah.
This is why you should pay me. Pay me.
I want to
Oh
go
my
see
God.
Fast X a lot.
Yeah, I'm going out to
I love the
the
Fast and Furious movies.
to the West Shore Cinema one on Friday.
Do people just, like, everybody's alive still, right? Like, they don't seem like they're killing anybody.
I mean,
Yes.
They reformed John Cena. He's in the movie.
yeah, and I mean, canonically, even Brian O'Connor is still alive, even though...
He's in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
apparently.
Well, because
And also-
they used a bunch of footage from past ones
Yeah.
from when Paul Walker was still alive.
And also,
Mhm.
Hot Wheels are releasing a pack of 10 of the cars as collectibles through the movies. Just saying. Hot Wheels.
Hmm. I could add to my significant Hot Wheels collection. I love the Fast and Furious franchise. Let's be real, I do. It's been some of my
Alright.
favorite movies since I was a little kid.
All right. What did Tasha get excited about?
I was trying to figure out if that was the franchise where like there's that TikToker who put all 9 of the movies
Yep,
up, like had them
that's it.
start at once, and it was like, now you can watch all of them at once.
Tash and I are gonna do that.
Oh my god.
And so she was just like, how do I do this? And I was just like, you do it like this. And she's just like, you're a genius. And I'm like, I sometimes know how technology works, okay? Like,
I'm very excited to watch that with her.
I was just like, just put them in OB, like just put the thing up and then do the thing and then just like change scenes and then just edit that part out later and you're done and just all gonna start at the same time. Fine.
That sounds awful.
It's super easy.
Can we make
But I
Kelly
would not
appear
wanna
in
watch
the Fast Saga and Drift? Yeah, just once. Then I'll just die. I would love to. I would. You know, I'd shave my head. That's the entrance requirement for being a guy in those movies, right? You can't have hair.
Mm.
Yeah, you can have hair. It's just
No.
Vin Diesel that can't.
And The Rock and Tyrese
Yeah.
and yeah, I can keep going. And Michelle Rodriguez. It's a wig. All right. This is Michelle Rodriguez, right? Okay. All right, folks. We got to do some more silliness. So it is time to head into the Shards of Nyrn again here on... I need a tank top. That's right. Oh, I want more Riddick movies because I'm the one guy that likes Riddick.
Aren't they making another Riddick movie, though?
Probably.
And I'm pretty sure they are, because I also like the Riddick movies.
I like Space Conan.
Yeah!
We're not lying. It's just Space Conan.
100%.
Like, it's just what it is, you know? Anyway. I could run Space Conan. Anyway, I was bringing it up earlier because every day that I spend time not editing episodes of Mage that I forgot I was supposed to be editing today, and spending Jedi Survivor, I get closer to running my own Star Wars game. So...
Love Star Wars.
I know,
really
right?
Love Star Wars.
Well, make yourself a Twi'lek costume and we'll talk.
Nah.
Okay, make yourself a Togruta costume, because I was struggling to remember what Ahsoka is.
Togruta are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like them.
So do a Togruta. Space Kratos.
Cool.
Spacros.
I'm Miriel, and I've already got like green paint.
That's true. Anyway, a bunch of cool stuff coming your way, including this game right here. I'm gonna yawn. Then we're gonna go back to it. People are having a party across the street. It's weird. They're loud.
It's because we're finally playing D&D.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna say my landlords were having a party earlier this evening, and now they've gone to bed. It's dead quiet above me now. Before there was music, and I was like, I hope they don't hear me. Like game doesn't hear me, like the stream.
That's weird. Oh, Riddick 4 is confirmed. Thanks, Goldrake. Appreciate that. All right, so let's head back into Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. Welcome back to the Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. The Sultana drinks out of the cup, and sometime later, you all find yourselves sitting in a well-appointed dinner hall. Nearby, you can hear the strumming of musicians playing. Gorwyn is kind of leading a band of dwarves who are playing traditional dwarvish instruments, as well as mandolins, guitars, and a lot of percussion across the way. This large table is appointed with all manner of foodstuffs as you've been seated down at it. And you can see as well that there are, well, quite a few guests moving around serving things to you. The Loxodon that you met up top, Barabara and Voxalto, have taken seats at the table as well and are just kind of monitoring the situation. The Sultana sits in a chair across from you, kind of wavering back and forth, keeping her eyes on you. So, where are you from? Why are you here? What do you want? Any of you?
We're from Thestrel, actually.
Thestrel. Like the bird. So you flew all the way over here.
Not exactly.
I mean, eventually we ended up getting access to the Duchess, and we've been flying all over the continent since then.
Oh, it must be so nice to see that much of the world.
It's
Alcus, why can't I go travel around? I'd be so much fun out there. Think of the diplomatic missions I could do.
Yes, Sultana, I suppose that could be something that we could arrange if you wanted to leave.
But if I did leave, where... Well, that would mean you'd have to do all the work. You'd hate that, wouldn't you? All work and no play for Alki.
So how long have you been? Has this always been in your family? I'm assuming this royalty.
Have you seen The Grand Tragedy by Stragos? I've heard so many things about it. Any of you? Stragos, The Grand Tragedy? A Folly in 4 Parts?
Don't think so.
How about The Horrors of Ylos, an illustrated bibliography told through dance? No?
no.
No.
The Many Lives of Liana Laughing Smile.
No.
Goats, goats, goats? You're all so boring. Oh. I thought that you would have brought something interesting into town, but no. Come on, there has to be something interesting. All of this, meh, I'm a terrorist. Meh, I killed elves. Meh, there's a war.
I mean, I find war's pretty interesting. So,
Haven't you seen any plays or shows at all?
We met
Sort of.
Trionce once.
Oh, Triance, really?
Hunter
Yeah,
Hayes
was
wrote
it
a
a
song
movie
about
by-
me.
From the Eye of Maximilian.
You've seen one of the Eyes of Maxim...
no, they were in one of
Mars
the.
was in one.
Was something of the Goblin Queen? I think.
Ew. I know you. She points directly into Mars's face. I know you. Green mommy. You were in...
Kelly goes back to book 1.
Oh, this is in my notes.
The lost book.
No, this is in tonight's notes already.
Oh, perfect. Oh! So did I just pick up on something?
Yeah, sort of. You worked on it.
Nice. Okay, good job, guys. Good teamwork.
Teriel! Bring me my diary. Green one. I loved your performance.
Thanks.
Are you an actress? Are you all
No.
actresses? You?
I'm more of a mechanic myself.
Cadmus says. Fadia.
I was just wondering, did I totally catch that she just totally ignored my question?
Yes, but I ignored it too. Tell me what it is.
Oh, okay, cool. That's what I was holding my hand up because I was wondering because you totally like did. I was just wondering if that was in character or not. Because Fede asked, has being royalty always?
Oh, yes, that question, yes.
Yeah.
So sitting as you are, the vizier will kind of like lean forward and say,
The Sultana has served in her role for nearly
nearly 40 years.
Oh, that's it. That's
since her family took the throne from the previous royal family.
Well, you're gonna see, like, his face is just not happy. He is not happy.
Oh.
But that's why I keep you here. Alki runs things, and I just bless them ceremonially. He does all of the little things. Well, I'm more of an artist myself. And as... Yes, Amy.
So just how old does she look?
She looks like she's in her late teens.
Okay, so like
So
like
she's...
late teens, young adult kind of.
Yeah. I'd say, like, she's kind of like the build of, like, a teenager. Like, kind of like how Taylor Swift, like, for the longest time, looked like she was about 16.
Okay, so that kind of, so like, yeah.
She's petite, but she's petite and fit, but definitely does not appear to be in
40.
her 50s. Yeah, 40s, 50s.
Yeah. It's not like, she doesn't have like anything indicating like pointy ears or like what.
She does not. They're very rounded ears.
Just like what, like we're not, she's not like a dwarf, is she?
No, she is human.
Okay. Just making sure that I understood that this was kind of
I
odd.
know. This is a little odd. And as you were saying that, she's kind of like kind of half rolling onto the table, and a servant is going to head out of the back room. This dwarven woman is going to come bearing a silk cushion. On it is a green notebook that's with this thread binding along the side, and the Sultana is going to just flounce over to it, pick it up, and go, Tonight, I want you to read this, my queen, and is going to thrust it at you, Mars, across the table.
Okay. I'll pick it up.
It's just a plain green-covered notebook. Do you open it?
I'll open the first page.
On the inside cover, written in a flowing hand, is a title. Revenge of the Goblin Queen.
Ooh.
It's my sequel script. I've been working on it for a while, ever since I got my first Eye of Maximilian installed in our theater lounge. We're gonna film another one. I can have Maximilian here in less than a day, but I think that we could probably film it without him. It's got extra parts. I could polymorph some of you, or I could have you polymorph. Dara, you can polymorph, right? She drinks some more of her booze. I can polymorph all sorts of things. What do you need?
Malia's eyebrow is going to twitch at that.
I'll have a look at it.
It does...
See what you came up with.
It's really interesting, actually. There's this great bit here about this witch, this elven witch that tries to get back. Oh, you'll read it, but it's this elven witch. But we need a beautiful elven witch.
Looks at Asen.
She'll do.
She'll do. Honey.
Please remember your station, Miss Right Wing.
Sorry. Honey Excellence.
I prefer Honey Supreme.
Honey Supreme it is, then.
That's a t-shirt.
Yup, it sure absolutely is.
Not horny supreme, honey supreme.
No.
Although that's
Supreme.
a t-shirt too.
That's a
I
once
still
a year
need the
draw.
chaotic horny as my alignment because I
Oh
need that
my
other shirt.
gosh.
Yeah, same.
I'm putting it in the notes.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So this is an interesting dinner we've got going here, Malia. Cadamus will suck down some of his wine.
Yep.
The wine's nice, though.
Yeah, not bad.
If you're not drinking yours, I'll drink it.
I'm drinking it.
You're not drinking it fast enough, seriously. Also, is that really your sister?
Yes.
But she's not a blessed one like you.
Nope. That may have made the relationship better.
She's a bit tall.
She always has been.
They're kind of gangly. Too tall. Dwarves shouldn't be that tall. I mean, like, dwarvish women. I mean, like, I'm pretty tall. I mean, I'm tall. She's almost as tall as me.
Now look at you. You're almost an elf. You're so tall.
All right, I'm cutting you off before you say something you regret. And he's going to slide your wine over to him. You're a mean
He's gonna try and
drunk.
poke his side and take it back.
Aye, aye. And who is this that we're dealing with here? A mountain dwarf. I say, sister, do I have something to write home for you about? Or
If you
someone?
want to.
I'm surprised that you'd have the gall to wear those robes here. While flaunting male companionship.
What are you on about now?
But it just seems that a priestess should have more decorum than that, but what would I know? I suppose
so
that...
you're a prude now too.
No, but I don't hide myself in holy vestments.
I'm not hiding in holy vestments. Do you think there's some
Listen.
sort of thing going on with Vela's priests where they can't have relationships?
Honestly, I wouldn't know. The whole thing seems really prudish and stuck up to me.
Then you're incredibly judgmental for talking about something that you don't understand. But no, you don't need to worry. There's no rules against it. So if I choose to have a relationship and eventually
Wait,
a marital partner,
what?
there's nothing against
Look, we
that
don't need to
sort of
be...
thing
Look,
under
ladies, we
Vela's
don't...
rules.
All right.
I didn't say it was you, Cadmus.
Well, you didn't say it wasn't me.
I said if I choose at one point or another.
Yes, of
Don't
course,
get your
because
knickers
just
in a
like
knot.
Vela, anything you set your eyes on is automatically yours. Anything under the sun, right? Cheers.
A priest of Vela does very well.
We wouldn't know. Historically, Rotranon has been Nyrnish. One of the few places that remains loyal to the goddess of darkness.
He
You'll be
shoots a
great
look.
friends with Mars.
Yes, I hope to be Miss Mars.
Kind of like eyes you across the table.
Now, Dara, I know you're a necromancer, but you don't have to kill the mood at this party.
Oh.
No, Fadia, necromancers usually bring things back from the dead.
They
They
don't-
don't. Some form.
Yeah.
Read the script. I want a performance tomorrow. Maybe if you perform well, I'll be inclined to give you whatever you want. Troops, blood, sacrifices. What are you in the mood for?
Mostly, I'm just hoping we can end the civil war that's going on in Orkesh and stop someone from, expanding beyond Orkesh.
Yes, think it would. If Whitehand gets greedy, he could continue to expand and try and conquer here.
Well, and while we know that that would never happen here, it may get in the way of some of your business if
It's your trade
interfering with.
hub, right?
Hmm.
A lot of
That's-
people come through the trade routes.
I guess it could be kind of boring. Entertain me, then we'll see. I'll have another copy of that made. Miss Rightwing. I'll have a copy for you for your audition. Brought to your room tonight. You are staying tonight, right? Alki, they are staying tonight?
Yes, they are all hopefully intending to stay. I will have their rooms prepared for them.
Bath, please.
I appreciate the hospitality.
Of course. It is the least that we could do.
There's a tick beginning to show up on his face.
Sorry, that wasn't in character.
Wasn't it, though? Well, I specifically picked the food tonight, so please enjoy.
Yes, they have been traveling for quite some time. I'm not certain if their appetites are quite, they may not be quite famished. They, are still,
I'm sure they'll eat their fill. And
What you've prepared?
Can I insight the heck out of that?
Yeah,
Sure, go ahead.
I think Fate is gonna use because I get my
28.
28?
In
The Vizier is trying to give you an out. She doesn't seem like she notices at all. She thinks she's being a good host. But the Vizier
Okay.
is like,
So they're gonna give us an out. This is probably gonna be overwhelming as fuck, whatever this party dinner thing is that she's arranged.
and suddenly the doors are going to burst open and waiters are going to come out bringing a number of dishes. They're going to set them down on the table, begin popping the domes off of the lids, and you are going to see full plates of scrubbed, clean, but uncooked root vegetables lying on the table, next to noodles, big bowls of cold noodles that have been lying inside of broth for hours at this point, watery, logged, beginning to disintegrate, meats that are so spiced that the moment that the cover comes off, the turmeric and the cumin and the other spices, the garlic and onion alone is enough to make your eyes water. And if not, the gamey meat smell beneath it for those of you with a very, very potent palate will catch that. And then at the center of the table, there will be a massive worm that is set down. It looks like a purple worm larva. It is about the size of... it's about 3 feet long and about the size of 3 footballs in diameter. like kind of just like if you press them together. So like we're talking like it's about the size of 2 fire hydrants, I guess I should say. That they set down in the center of the table, and then one of the Loxodon will stand up and say, "I shall do the honors," and picks up a long knife and trails it down this purple worm. Now, purple worms, of course, being a hellacious predator that grows to the size of the palace room. They swallow entire buildings. They have huge maws. Great dungeon fights. And as he cuts through it, the guts are going to begin to spill out of it. This thing is cooked, it's steamed, it's wonderful, but inside of it, these small little spider-like creatures that have been cooked inside of its guts are going to ooze out, each of them having a vaguely humanoid face.
I was gonna ask up until that worm if this is almost regionally very if this is something similar to like what Fada remembers eating as like from
You can make me a history roll. So these things that are kind of like pouring out, also they're kind of like eels with spider legs.
Oh my god, my dice, that's like the third 7 I've rolled, so that's gonna be a 16.
16? No, you like purple worm. Purple worm is bad eating. Like purple worm is the type, like when you were growing up, purple worm was the type of thing that's like, it's like eating squirrel for us.
Yeah. No, I was wondering up until the point of like describing like the spices. I was wondering if that was very similar to what the old Clades Empire used to have.
Yeah. At like a 3, this is a 12. This is so overspiced and gamey that it's like not even cool. Like this is just not great. I don't know, this is just weird. Well, dig in. The Nyogi are particularly delicious when they've been marinated in the purple worm.
The what?
Nyogi, the little eel spiders.
What would you roll to roll a polite check?
I want anybody who is going to do this is going to make me a Constitution persuasion roll.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out if Fadia has
some
like
sort of like
if
undead or
Fadia's-
something.
Is Fadia polite enough to eat it, to even try, or is she gonna just not even try to eat it? Is what kind of roll that would be?
Well, Mars has eaten person before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's true.
Mars has eaten halfling before.
What?
So
It's true.
Yeah. Way back when. You still want to roll for it?
Yeah, I think you should roll because this is definitely I think the other thing is just it's not good, but I'll give Mars advantage on this.
Oh, awesome!
I think
And
He is gonna-
Constitution?
Constitution persuasion, yeah. So switch out your charisma for your Constitution on this roll.
Can I do that for deception?
Yes,
Pretending
you
to
can
eat it
you can
and not
also
actually...
make a deception roll.
Can I do it with Constitution?
Yeah, 17 on Constitution.
Yes. 17 on Constitution persuasion. Okay. So yeah, you'll be able to like fake liking this even if it is a little what are you diving into? Mars.
Me?
Yeah.
I wanted to pick up one of the things with the little faces.
Okay. Yeah, you absolutely can. I'm just going to roll for it real quick. Oh god. Oh no. As you pick it up, it's going to start going It didn't get cooked all the way. Bite the head off quick. And it's going to burst inside of your mouth like an overripe tomato. It's gamey and acidic and tastes vaguely like a mix between bison and shrimp.
Interesting. I like
It's
both
not-
of those.
It's not the worst flavor, to be honest. It's a little gamey.
It's just different.
It's very different. The brains are particularly creamy.
Yum.
It's pure umami.
I'll keep eating it.
And then Robin, you were rolling something first. What was it?
Oh, I was just wondering if how much pressure for like being polite. What that would be.
To just be polite? Are you putting the food in your mouth?
And I'm even wondering if Fate is going to. I was trying to figure out if I roll like a wisdom save to see if Fate is going to even try, or if she's just going to be rude and not eat it.
Up to you. Up to you. Amalia, you're going to be able to do the whole like
Dirty 20 on my deception.
So you strategically put it in your napkins. You strategically
Or I'm going mainly for the stuff like the root vegetables that don't look quite so bad, or stuff that I could chop and play with and move around.
Nearby, you can see a couple of the Loxodon reach across the table, grab the root vegetables, and begin chomping them, and seem to be pretty content with that. Looking through,
try a little bit of the root vegetable just to see what it tastes like at least.
Basically, it's a mix of turnips, carrots. Carrots you'll be able to eat no problem. Uncooked potatoes or tubers in general, and also radishes. So the radishes.
I will grab the radishes and the carrots.
The only thing about the radishes, they're like daikon size, so they're like the size of footballs. So you'll have to cut them down a bit.
That's okay. That gives me more to play with, to not have to fill up on like raw vegetables.
Okay, so you'll be able to do that. Fadia, what are you doing with yours? Are you going to try?
No, Fadia, she's probably thinking about it, and then hearing that it's not cooked and squealing, Fadia's like, actually, I think I'm a bit sky sick from the ship.
Mars takes another one.
I think I'm gonna. I'm full.
You're missing out. Can you make me a deception roll? To say that you are full. And Amy.
I think. Okay, so there was like noodles or something in a broth, and there was something that was like heavily spiced.
Yeah.
Like excessively spiced. I think Tia's gonna go and try some of those, honestly. And if one of those weird little things gets too close, she's going to stab it with a dagger and
a couple of them are crawling away like the beginning of Saving Private Ryan.
Stab!
I'll take their dagger and be like, crunch.
You do get used to it.
20 for my deception.
Natural 20 for your deception. So you're just like, I'm sick. Kerf, kerf.
Kerf, kerf. I think Fadia uses. Oh, I have my minor illusion. I think Fadia's gonna just like. Let me see if that's verbal and what I can.
Dude, look it up. Look it up. All right. So, Amy, what are you planning on eating out of this? Some of the noodles and some of the meat,
and then the thing that was incredibly spiced. Like when you described it, I was imagining like it puffing up like with like the spices that.
Yeah, like someone just blows a hand of spice in your face.
Like,
yeah. It kind of goes. The spice cloud literally comes up like this. It goes. Mushroom.
So I think she's gonna give those a try. Yeah.
I would like you to do me a favor and just make me a Constitution save versus just to, like, not get sick from this. You have a good chance.
Yeah. Is it con save?
Con save.
That is an 18.
Okay, you're fine. It is definitely, you're going to be drinking a lot of wine to water this down. And through this, as you're eating through this, you probably have the bright idea to like put some of the meat in the stew to try to water it down a little. That actually becomes halfway decent. It becomes like college level of bad cooking rather than just like your roommate threw something together with the ingredients that were in the cupboard versus like food poisoning.
Remember, Tia was in a militia, and there were people from a number of different backgrounds, and I think and they were on the port, like on the coast too. So like they got some stuff that not always was local, and they made some mistakes. So this is probably not as bad as something she's eaten before.
Fair. Asen, what are you doing during this? And Fadia after Asen.
Asen's gonna try some of the hot spicy meat.
All right, make me a con save. Ace and Robin, what were you gonna ask? While Aeson is putting the meat in her mouth.
Confirming that minor illusion is somatic and material, so it's not verbal. So Fade is just gonna quickly like reach into her pocket and just start like rubbing a little bit of fleece that's in there, and then all of a sudden you're going to see like her face is like suddenly beads of sweat are like dripping down her face, and she's looking like she's gonna start looking very like faint and like feverish. So she's trying to really pull off the "I'm sick" curve and as well I would like to try and star sight this woman as well one more time.
Sounds good.
And I got an 18 on my con.
An 18 on your con. All right, so this is like, oh boy, oh boy. Each one of these has like a millimeter of spice on the outside of it, like just like, or a centimeter? No, centimeter, millimeter. Like it's just like, it's like eating sand at a certain point unless you cut into the middle of it. So you'll be able to like have a good time overall. You'll be able to kind of pull out, it's like, okay, this is pretty gamey. This is some type of pork, maybe? It's pretty gamey.
She's gonna chase it with a significant amount of wine.
All right, it goes down with wine real well. And as that happens, as you're chasing it down, the doors are going to burst open, and Lady Lairs is going to enter, flanked by several of her valets as well as her giant dog, who's going to rush in and start just like sniffing around the table. Apologies for being late, Your Majesty. And if you don't mind, we had good luck hunting some of the Rockish Falcons. I brought some in to supplement your dinner, if you wouldn't mind. Foreign food? All right. Only because you asked nicely, Larry. Lairs will wander over to the table, and some freshly cooked bird that is like about the size of like, picture like a turkey the size of like a human torso, is set on the table. It's been freshly roasted, a little bit of herb, a little bit of butter, and suddenly it is the best smelling thing at the table, placed right in front of Fadia.
Thank God. I think Fadia's gonna be like,
Oh, I am suddenly better.
this is much more what I'm used to. I think I may be able to. This seems a bit easier on the stomach. I may try a bit of this.
Well, so long as you feel better, she says, and kind of eyes you as you eat. Malia, from the floor, you can hear as this giant dog like sidles in between you and Cadmus and begins eating the food you've knocked on the floor.
Malia will kind of pat the dog gently.
Make me an animal handling roll.
Okay. All right, don't fail me now, Norse Foundry die. That is a 19, which brings it to a dirty 20.
Okay. He's gonna kind of like just eye you. And is going to look over towards some of the Nyogi.
Oh, actually, I'm wrong. I was looking at the wrong one up. That is actually a 24.
24. He's gonna eye some of the Nyogi on the table and kind of look up at you.
Malia will casually pick some up, play with it on her plate a little, and drop it onto the floor.
He tears it apart, and as he does, Cadmus is going to look down and go, "Oh, good. This is a big fucking dog. Good dog." Pats him a couple times. The dog's gonna like look up with that kind of like shink kind of look at him. And he's going to smile because Cadmus also got a 24.
Nice.
Do you like dogs? You like dogs?
Well, of course, who doesn't?
Assholes, that's who.
Exactly. Mallory's gonna keep, like, slipping the dog treats. Not too many, though. She doesn't want to make him sick.
So, do you think we should look at getting a dog for the Duchess?
That could be really nice.
I didn't know you liked dogs. I grew up with a lot of dogs. I mean, mountain dogs, really. They're more like... Yeah, they're... Okay, well, they're mole rat dogs. But, I mean, they're still... They're nice. Ooh, that's squeaky.
Yes. There's nothing like a good, like, big dog to make somebody think twice about screwing with you. Even when they are bigger than I am.
Fadia, you...
Magic has definitely helped with training.
Fair. From across the table, Fadia, your eyes are going to sparkle over, and as you quickly glance at her, you are going to see that she is a human. She's a human body. She has no enchantments or anything like that on her. But as you look deeper, your starsight is going to reveal something else dwelling beneath the surface. Something almost swimming in the sea of her. And I will send that to you in PM right now. Well, what did I miss? Lars will say and sit down on the other side of Fadia. Interesting news, Your Grace, Your Excellence. It appears we'll be staying a little bit longer. My original plans to go and meet up with some of my countrymen over at the Isle of Basir seems to be a bit delayed. Oh, what seems to be the problem? Well... There seems to be a bit of a war going on there right now. Orien appears to have drawn the ire of some, well, draconic influences.
Draconic influences?
Mm-hmm. Haven't you heard? Over, there was recently, just a short while ago, last week, this week, one of the major cities of Orien was struck by a black dragon. An elven outpost razed the thing to the ground in search of some bauble or treasure or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely ridiculous, if you ask me.
Yeah. Black dragons are nasty things.
Just the dragon? Was there anyone else besides the dragon?
No one that survived.
Anybody?
As far as I hear, anyway. The entire island's on lockdown.
wasn't anybody with the dragon?
Like romantically? No, not that I know of.
More like a commander directing it.
A rider.
A rider? Are we riding dragons now? Do we do that up here?
It can be done.
Have you ridden many dragons in your time, Miss Rightwing?
No, I haven't.
Perhaps someday. I hear they're shapeshifters. Any one of us could be a dragon, I suppose. Eve?
I'm feeling a little sick. Is there a washroom nearby I could borrow? Use?
Yes. Attendant, valet. Take her to freshen up. One of the
Katie, do
dwarves.
you want a hand?
Actually, I wanted to talk to you, Miss Rightwing. The Sultana says, leaning across the table.
Yes, of course.
You're...
Yeah, if someone could maybe accompany me to the washroom, that would be
I
great.
can give you a hand. Of course.
Thank you, Tia.
Let you talk. And Tia's gonna go and help Fadia because. Wait, can I insight this? Like, can I see if Fadia? Because Fadia didn't tell us that she was faking it. So, like, or what's going on?
All right, make me an insight with disadvantage because of her illusion spell.
Okay. That is a insight 14.
Okay. 14? Yeah, there's something up.
Are you allergic to something?
Yeah, can
Yeah, let's get wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just and Tia will help Fadia out of the room.
yeah, once we get to the bathroom, Fadia will spill the tea.
Cool.
Okay, so as you were led by a valet into a large, well-appointed chamber with porcelain and marble everywhere, there is an actual functioning water toilet inside of here with a pull box. And a lavish tub that connects to a pair of rooms, looks like. The valet, a dwarven man, will say, this room is yours. As you are actually going to be situated in that room there, Miss Armstrong, or shall I say, Queen Armstrong, and Miss Stardust. You'll be inside of the room on the left anyway. Please, if you're not planning to come back to dinner, just make yourselves comfortable.
Thank you so much. If I have to tip you, I'll tip you afterwards. I'm feeling very sick right now.
I won't say no to a tip, but if you need to vomit privately because of your religion, that's all right, but I've seen plenty of vomiting in my day.
Well, let's save you a little bit more here. And he's gonna actually just like hand him like 2 gold.
Very well. And he's going to turn and go.
When we get
ring the bell if you need service, and the door will shut and then lock.
Thank you.
Are you okay?
Let's switch back to the main group right now.
Oh god, this whole entire situation.
Damn you, Kelly! Damn you!
So, back at the table, the vizier will say, "Yes, speaking of which, I am more than interested in helping to discuss relations. We do have a number of political envoys inside of Alazar and inside of Ustalar that we could call upon for aid. Perhaps a contingent of blood hunters could be brought in. Perhaps, in fact, our ground armies with the Loxodons and the
GIF could be brought into the fore. But
You're being really boring, if you don't mind me saying, Alki. You know what? I think we've had enough.
Why don't we go off and handle that, and you enjoy Mars and Aeson's company for entertainment? They're the much more interesting ones of our party. We can deal with all the details that you don't need to worry about if you don't want to.
That sounds great. That sounds wonderful. I should show you where you're going to be staying tonight. Do you want to come? Come on, come with me. She jumps up onto her seat and then walks across the table barefoot, her anklets dangling below as she dances around the decapitated Nyogi hatchlings. And then reaches down for Aeson and Mars if Mars will reach up. But the Vizier is kind of like locking eyes with Mars going... Come on!
Actually, why don't we get some air? And I'd like to read over your script with you.
I would love that. Well, if you need to get some air, I can show Miss Rightwing to her domicile, and you could meet us there.
Yeah, Aeson's not going to argue. I just got a 4 on my own check.
Or you could come with us right now, Mars. My queen.
Why the hell not?
All right, so she will leap off the table onto the floor, grab you both by the arms, and begin like walking you to these, well, to Aeson's room first, I suppose, which is this massive chamber with brilliant pillars overlooking basically like a full drop off the mountainside. Like, we're talking huge archway doors with mosquito nets dangling from them that have, like, there's a stream running through the center of the room that is flowing off the side of the building into, like, an outdoor bathing area that overlooks the entire valley. An immense bed that is large enough for probably 5-10 people to sleep on comfortably.
Wow, this room is stunning.
Oh, good. I was worried you wouldn't like it. It's one of the smaller guest rooms.
Will this be big enough for you, Aeson? I'll pat the bed.
Just
to feel like it go boing.
So, Miss Rightwing, she kind of like walks around you a couple of times, giving you the up and down look.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love for you to be in this new picture, but I have to ask you something really important.
Yes.
This body.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been in it for long? Because I find that you're wearing it kind of like a party dress that hasn't been broken in yet.
And it's honestly pretty fresh. I'm still getting used to it, I guess.
You know what the most fun thing about new clothes is? Breaking them in. I could help you break it in.
Can I insight check this, Kelly?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, thank fuck, I got a 19.
19?
That's gonna be a 22.
So she like looks at you with this incredibly flirtatious look, her long lashes dancing on her cheek as she blinks at you. I know something about
this...
breaking in clothes.
Okay, in relation to my insight, is this sexy vibe or serial killer vibe that she's throwing off here?
Mostly sexy vibe.
Okay.
But she's definitely on the Barney Stinson hot
She's
crazy index.
On that, like here's the fence and she's here.
Can
Okay.
That's a very
mean,
interesting question and way to put it, your Sultana-ness. How long have you been in this body?
All its life.
Aw, how about
How long
before
have you
that?
Mars, are you saying that you, and she's going to reach up and just flick two things, drop her clothes to the floor, don't want to be in this body too? And she's going to spread her arms real wide, just giving you the full Monty.
Well, Asen, you did see me in the genie, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been with a genie?
No.
No. I say that to the Sultana. Genies. Am I
No.
right? No? Okay, what have you been with?
Well, dwarves,
Um.
Loxodon, humans, goblins.
Goblins, that's interesting. How was that?
There's more than meets the eye.
Teehee.
Mm,
I had fun with an orc once. I miss him.
Orcs aren't usually allowed inside of the limits, but we did have a trollkin once. Great stamina.
Your Highness. That's what makes it even better if it's not allowed.
It's not as much fun if they're put to death immediately afterwards.
Who says they had to be put to death? Keep it for a while.
Alki.
Yeah, he's a
See,
fun one.
I've never actually even done anything since I got this body. I had a lot of fun with the old one, but this one,
Well, I wasn't
it
expecting
looks
to
really
offer
nice,
this.
but I haven't had a chance to have anything.
Well, then why don't you take off those clothes and we try it out? Your queen insists. She gestures to Mars on the bed.
How about this? I'll put a hand on Asen's shoulder.
Yeah, because you can tell Asen's about to. It's like, okay, Mars is actually being the voice of reason here.
Asen, why don't we let you get acquainted first? Have a few moments to yourself. Relax. I'll take Ms. Sultana here. And we'll be back in a little while.
Where are we going?
You'll see.
I do like a surprise.
Plus, I would love to hear you read your own workout.
Hmm.
And I'll pat her on the head. You have a very nice speaking voice.
Thank you.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, so you need to lead me to my room.
Of course. She wanders around like Asen's room and takes you into a tremendous washroom that's shared, walking completely just in the buff the entire way.
I do not care.
Leads you over to your room. Cutting back to the table in the main room as you wander with the Sultana into your own room. Malia, you and Cadmus have been left alone there. And the Vizier turns and looks at you. I have to know, seriously, how willing are you to do things to earn Rotranan's support in your war?
We're willing to do a few reasonable tasks to help out. Basically, Molly is going to kind of try and give the vibe of like,
happy to help out to earn goodwill. They're not really willing to be like assassins type thing. It's kind of like the vibe she's going to try and put off of like no murdering heads of other states type thing. So preferably not super morally questionable stuff, and she's going to do her best to be diplomatically blunt. Because, god damn it, she did this already, and now she's gotten forced into it again because Tia went and fucked off.
That's
Stupid
true.
fucking Queen of Elves.
So, I suppose that after this, you and your companion would probably require some type of dessert wine. I will be certain to bring one to your chambers later tonight as a gift. No hard feelings between a follower of Nyrn and a follower of Vela.
Oh, of course not. I don't give a shit about that. I'm not Vela.
I've
been traveling with Mars for years.
Yes,
Oof,
this is
years,
true.
yeah, wow.
I think it has
You're not
been,
there.
hasn't it? It's
It
been a
has
couple
been. It has been a
Yeah.
couple.
We're friends. She's developed becoming a Nyrnite through the whole time. She can believe what she wants. She's basically going to give the vibe of like, look, live and let live. Don't fuck with me. I won't fuck with you. Like, you can follow Nyrn if you want. I follow Vela.
So would you mind if I came by later and we could discuss casual things?
Listen, Mr. Vizier. You seem like a nice bloke, but I don't think she's into a three-way. He will choke on his wine. Other people will choke on their wine. It'll be very awkward. I'll spill my drink everywhere.
Now, when you said chambers, did you mean shared chambers? Because as far as I'm aware, that's not happening yet, has it? She's going to look at Cadmus very pointedly.
I was just trying to defend your propriety.
Casual discussions after dinner are more than welcome.
Good.
Preferably not in anybody's chambers.
Then perhaps in the garden. We have a lovely moon garden that I could show you. Quite impressive.
I am honestly stuck on the whole, like, sexy double talk of the other bitch. So, what vibe is Malia actually getting from this?
Make me an insight roll.
Okay. That's a natural fucking 20.
Okay. The vibe is this.
So, 30.
Good. I would love to meet you in I almost said murder garden. In the garden. In the garden. To discuss
the garden.
to discuss mutual aid from Rotranan. It appears that the Sultana is not very interested, but I am quite interested in aiding you in your militaristic endeavors.
Excellent. Potentially.
This is not a sexy vibe.
Potentially, I can extract Tia from helping Fadia, as she is probably a bit more the representative of the people in question.
Probably. It's unfortunate, though, if the ruler of Rotranan were a bit more free to offer aid, or a bit more interested, were an interested party. Think of all of the things that you could have at your disposal.
Okay, so he's basically asking us to do a coup.
He's not asking anything. He's not saying anything. He's rolling. He's rolling
I feel like that would...
Perhaps she can be convinced. He'll cover at the end. Because he's a Disney villain, and that's how he speaks.
Well, Mars and Aeson, I'm sure, are quite convincing. And I'm sure she will have a lovely time with Mars
reading her script and giving feedback and potentially even making it. So maybe that will buy us the goodwill necessary for convincing.
We can hope so.
And then we are going to cut away to... I just have to ask a quick question. Mars, what are you taking her off to do?
I'm trying to get like more of a sense from her, and I noticed that Asen was floundering hard back there. So I wanted to give Asen a second to be able to collect herself and, yeah, just kind of do my own interrogation.
Sure. You'll have just a moment to do so. As you take her over to your room, she'll wander around showing you the things and say, "It's sweet the way that you look out for your friend like that."
It's been a tough road.
I bet. Don't worry, she's a big girl. It's not like I'm going to eat her. Oliver.
So this, would you say it's a play script, or is it more still just in a book form?
It's a play script.
Alright. Did you bring back any of the old characters? And I'm just gonna drop the sexy completely and be like, okay, talk about this. Okay.
Of course, and I'll pay you handsomely for your performance.
Right. And have you even contacted Maximilian yet?
No, but money has a way of making wizards appear.
That is true. Alright. And she'll kind of like go. How many pages are there?
About 60.
60. Interesting. What is your inspiration? Obviously, I haven't read, but why?
My inspiration comes from the Clare fable, with a little bit of inspiration as well from the Conrad tragedy, as well as Sartegard's Impossibiliano. And, of course, Tales of the Feywild, because you need a little bit of that inspiration.
Do you want to do more writing?
I would love to. But this is a third draft, and I think that it's ready. It's got solid bones.
Very good. You seem bored.
Tragically.
I'm sorry. Is this something that you wanted?
The play or the boredom?
The boredom.
And she's going to look at her feet for a moment and get this dark cloud over her features. No. No, it was forced upon me.
I'm sorry. Can I ask candidly, is the vizier part of the family that ruled before, and he's the last remaining of that family?
Yes, he is. My parents kept him before their death to allow a peaceful transition after the coup.
Interesting. If you could do anything for your continent, your country, your people, what would you do?
Make everyone laugh.
Yeah? This is a little quiet.
I would make it exciting again. It's all politics and warfare and machinations and visitors from the north.
Aw. Is there a bathtub?
There is in the middle tub between the two rooms.
Very good. How do you draw the bath water for this one? It looks a little bit different than the ones that we have back home.
Those levers.
Oh.
Do you like the water?
And it... Yes.
Me too. I was made
Join
for
me.
it.
Join me.
And as you pull it, it's got these giant, almost like whale-shaped faucets that begin belching water out into it, steaming, filling these immense tubs.
It's a good thing I like hot temperatures.
The water is like slightly greenish as it comes out, like a mineral water. My
What's
favorite
this?
place to be. Underground springs, healing herbs. Smell, and it smells kind of like spearmint, like oak moss, like peat.
All right, sweetheart, come over here.
And she'll take a couple steps toward you, wading into the water.
Mm-hmm. All right, come here.
Okay. She steps toward you.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how to describe this with also being on Twitch. Okay.
We can just is it a sexy thing?
No. It's
okay.
Nice. It's nice. So it's like Mars will actually draw her closer as she's kind of like leaning over the edge of the water, so she's not in it, but like her feet and her legs, her knees are in it, and just pull her close, and like we'll start just like petting her hair. Okay, read your story for me, please.
Oh, can you make me a persuasion roll? I just want to see how potent this is. Do it with advantage, please.
With advantage? Ooh.
Yeah.
Persuasion? Can I use my inspiration?
You already have advantage, so no.
Oh, dang it. Okay, fine. Advantage and persuasion.
Yeah.
Charisma.
You know what? I'll let you spend your inspiration on it. I will give myself disadvantage on my
Good,
roll.
because that was going to be a 24.
Cool. That was as she kind of leans back against you and you begin stroking her hair. She's going to start reading and her voice is going to falter slightly. And as you look down, you're going to see a few tears begin to roll down the side of her face as we cut across the hallway into the other washroom where Tia and Fadia are.
Yeah, I sent you a PM on Facebook, Kelly.
Okay. Make me an Arcana check.
Okay. Oh my god, my fucking dice. 11. I'm gonna add determination to make that a 16.
16. You know that it's a potential.
Okay. Fadia is going to take out her notebook.
Those type of things have to usually be within line of sight or line of perception.
Okay, cool. Great. Okay, that's what I was asking.
Like, normally, like, she would have to know exactly where you are to do this.
Okay, great. So Fadia is going to look at Tia. So, I turned on my true sight. And she's an aboleth in human form.
I'm sorry, what?
The princess is an aboleth. Giant psychic squid things.
Do I know what an aboleth is? Amy's forgetting.
You can make me an Arcana roll.
Woo! Okay. 1 sec.
Please.
I'm gonna spend my inspiration on this.
Do it. That's why it's there.
Yep. Oh, thank goodness I did.
What'd you get?
You said Arcana.
Yep.
The 25.
Okay,
The other dice
I'll
was a
send.
2.
I'll send you a PM real quick. Boop boop boop.
Okay.
Just so I don't send a link that the rest of the chat, the rest of the team reads. There you go.
Ooh, 1 sec.
We're in danger. Or this whole kingdom's in danger.
And I think that's where we're gonna end this episode. All right, so folks, that is gonna be it for us tonight. I'm sorry, Robin. Winter took it by the ears and dragged it, and it was great.
No.
It was
Oh my
great.
God, it's one of those things where like your own anxiety is like, I just need to tell everyone. I have this secret and I need to tell it and I'm waiting for you to do it. And then you keep cutting away to other people and I'm like dying. So now I'm like super wired.
Oh my god.
Like, holy fucking Aboleth. Like, did not expect that.
Yeah. So folks, thank you.
She seems lonely.
She seems lonely, yeah. She doesn't understand what people eat, so she just assumes.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so folks, thank you so much. So Solomon, thank you very much for contributing to this as a world-building patron. There's plenty more from Rotranon coming its way, or coming this way, and I hope you're going to stick around to enjoy it. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode of the Shards of Nyrn. In the meanwhile, though, definitely check out our sponsor, Bookwyrm Games. They're fantastic, and if you need some dice, you can save 10% by using code DorkTales. Quick reminder about that as well, that when you do that, you also get free shipping if you spend 100 Canadian, which is really not that much money compared to like American right now. It's pretty, like it's not very much. Speaking of that, if you want to help support the channel, if you like these type of things, or if you want to submit some ideas and things, definitely check out our Patreon at patreon.com/dorktales, where you can join the likes of our current host of amazing patrons that are waiting to have you among their ranks. First, I need to thank our divine producer, my mom, Jan, the divine producer, who's doesn't know what that means, but you know what? I'm just happy that she's my mom, I guess. To my demonic producer, Precarious, thank you for not being precarious in your producing abilities and for doing some great demon stuff, whether you know it or not. To the wizards of the Patreon, a big thank you to Tammy, the Forever Cleric, who has come up with some great spell ideas along with me that are going to be canonized in our spell book online. And to the Ink Goblin, who is really awesome dude and has supported the channel and finally took the plunge in joining the Patreon. I also have to thank our High Council of the Patreon, Taryn, Dustin, Trezelta, Cubby Gummy, Amberthist, The Traveler, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Drew Thompson, Sergio, Chef Aladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, and Mike Baxter. You're all incredibly awesome, and I really, really appreciate it. So, thank you so much, and thank you to everybody who has supported the Patreon at all and has joined in. Soul, thanks for being patient about this. I know you've been sitting on this for a while. I can't just like drop it in. It can't just be like you open a door and then you're in this new place, so it has to be seeded. It has to be seeded over time, unfortunately. So I hope you've enjoyed that. It's going to be particularly weird going forward. I hope you're ready for weird, folks. Did you guys have fun tonight?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was wild.
It was funny. I was sitting there stewing as Mally of like, why am I the fucking reasonable one again? Why am I the one who has to do the diplomatics again? What the fuck?
You are vibing with the Vizier. You are vibing with the Vizier so hard, though, of why am I the reasonable one? Why am I the reasonable one? Why am I the one that has to do the work?
And that's what I was seizing on as a player, but I was like, sitting there just like, why the fuck is this landing on me again?
Right.
Meanwhile,
Mally's just like yeah, this is your people.
Like, I know. I'm just like, as a player, I'm like, oh no, I fucked up.
For like it's, you all know, for me, it is very, very rarely that I am left speechless. Usually I'm pretty good at talking my way through most things and handling most situations. But that entire interaction with the Sultana felt like me as a player had been hit with a fucking charm person spell. Like, that entire interaction, I'm trying to think of like, oh, what would Aizen be doing? What would Aizen be doing? Meanwhile, my mind is like,
Yoink.
My notes for the
is
Sultana were
obviously
literally just
nothing
manic
bad.
pixie dream girl, and that's like literally all I had on my notes. So I'm glad it worked. We know your type now.
It's just like it's rare for me to not know what to say in a situation, but that was just like, that wasn't acting like doesn't know what to do. That was Kat being like, I don't know what to do.
Is this so you now know what it's like when a vampire does the come to me? And they're like,
that's literally what it felt like for me.
Dude, I just go.
With you,
Like,
with
yes.
you doing that.
Well, can I say, like, Winter, you knocked it out of the fucking park at the end there. You do that. You hold it pretty close. You be a little snarky for a while, and then every now and then an episode comes along where you're just like, boom, Mars is fucking insightful and smart and just incredibly clever and like comforting and just knows exactly what to do in the right moment to get the thing on side. It's just like
Winter, that was amazing.
You did the genie again.
Fantastic.
That was
Who knows
unexpected.
If we have to, if we're gonna eventually have to fight this thing, but if we do, we may not have to because of things Mars did.
Yep.
Like,
Who knows?
it's a
Yeah,
really
I have
interesting
to.
thing. Meanwhile, I'm sitting going, "Oh my god, you two are alone with
Spread
an
the
apple."
love.
I know what an
Spread the
aboleth can
love.
do from Netherdeep as a person, as a player, not
It's
my character.
fine.
Aboleth
Well, like-
needs love too.
like- Obviously, like, I had no clue what I knew she was something different. I had no clue what she was.
Well, that's why I was like tuning into the whole like, how about this body?
Yeah.
like I was hearing it, but it wasn't clicking in my brain that it was. That was an unusual way to phrase that.
Yeah, it kind of was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mosquito.
Right. All right, folks. Good game, everybody. Good game. I'll probably murder you in the morning, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Be sure to come back very soon. We're back on tomorrow night for Dragonlance. So join us for Dragonlance, and we will see you later. Good night, everybody. And Twitch, we're gonna go raid somebody. We're gonna go raid Meeples and Dragons, I think.
Ew.
We can go to Meeples and Dragons or the Crowned DM.
Meeples.
But Meeples and Dragons?
Yeah.
The name's cute.
Yeah. All right, folks, we're going to go raid them. Be sure to show them some love. They're doing Jasper's Game Week, so it looks like raising some money for charity. So that's... Oh, they absolutely are. I can see their Tiltify thing. All right, so let's bring all 50 of you over to there, and let's make their night. Give them some love. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.